Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the world's #1 favorite gaming podcast, the Level Unlock podcast. This is Chapter 2. Insert Disc 2.
Yeah, there you go. Insert Disc 2.
As Mr. People I Hate Studios says, welcome, guys. A lot of big things happening this year. As you heard, we got a brand new intro. Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys dig it. The intro for the masses. You don't even know.
It, so it doesn't exist.
Exactly. But for you listening, you heard it, though. And I hope you like it and love it. If you don't tell us because we don't care. We like it. No, I'm just kidding. Tell us anyways. I'm just kidding. So what's up, guys?
And who made that intro for us, Walker?
It was made by the one and only Aimright. He is our buddy we play Overwatch with. Ark.
Hey, doesn't he have
GTA?
Doesn't he have a place where you can, if you like that, he can make things for you?
He definitely does. He is on Fiverr. The only thing is, though, it's not Aimright. So give me a second while I find what his name is. So...
Well, I figured it would be the same thing.
Nope,
That's my bad.
Nope, it's not Aimright. It is Gary Lee 13. GARYLEE 13 is his Fiverr account. So if you want custom-made tunes, audio tunes, whatever it may be, he makes them. He does stream daily at Aimright on Twitch, where he actually makes his music. On Fiverr, he can make them for you. But yeah, that is Gary Lee 13 on Fiverr.
Maybe you might be able to see that link to that Fiverr in the description of this podcast. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Exactly.
Help a brother out.
I will definitely do that.
Out.
So if you are looking for music to start your intros, your streaming, whatever it may be, he's got you. So, welcome, guys. New year, new decade, 2020. Last episode was before New Year's, so it's been 12 whole days. So what's up for everybody?
It felt really fucking long since we did
It has.
It has. It's felt way
really
longer if you think about it.
It felt so long.
Yeah.
So it's actually been over 12 days because we did it on, what, the 27th?
No,
Something
we
like
did
that.
it on the... When did we do it?
Yeah, it was the Sunday before.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
what, the
because your birthday, we
29th?
didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, something like
it
that.
was the 29th.
Yeah, it was like
Because
15
my
days
birthday
ago.
was the day after.
So what's up, everyone? How's everyone been? How's your New Year's resolutions coming? And for those who are just joining us for the first time, where can we find you? Let's start with James.
Well, I mean... fuck. I wasn't ready for this.
Sorry, put you on the spot.
Twitch and YouTube, People 8 Studios. Twitter, at People 810. I've been doing a lot of streaming. That's one of the things that I want to do more this year. Jedi Fallen Order. I started on Monday and Tuesdays because Pokemon's done for now. Got to get Fire Emblem done because Dragon Ball Z Kakarot comes out on Friday, and that's going to take over Thursdays and Fridays. I watched some movies today. I probably watched more movies today than I have all of last year. By that I mean I've watched 2 movies today. I watched Marriage Story. Are you guys familiar with that?
Yeah, with Adam Driver. How is it?
Adam Driver and what? Scarlett Johansson?
Yep.
Yeah. Fantastic. Adam Driver is one of the best actors in the biz right now. He did phenomenally, and it's same with Scarlett Johansson. Nate,
both getting
what have you seen Adam Driver in other than Star Wars?
That one like goofy ass hickish race movie.
Lucky Logan? Logan's Lucky?
So.
That movie was great. But
That's not my thing,
the way that he just portrays as it, so it's about
Divorced dad.
Divorce, everyone going through a divorce.
Yep.
People going through a divorce.
It's real.
And it is real. There are times where I was just like, fuck. And it just shows how everyone's an asshole. The 2 main characters are real big assholes.
Dude, I seen a pretty fucking intense clip when he's just screaming at Scarlett Johansson saying how he wishes that she was dead and shit. Like
That was the great scene.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just feeling the raw emotion in that. I didn't think he was acting at points. It sounded like he actually was like, I fucking hate you, ScarJo.
Yeah, like you made me go through this. Yeah, and I seen that. I haven't seen the movie, but I seen that clip, and I was like, wow, that shit's fucking real.
It's on Netflix. If anyone is interested in watching it, it is definitely worth the 2 hours 16 minutes.
they're getting
that it is.
a lot of. Well, they're nominated. They were nominated both for Golden Globes. That movie was nominated for Best Picture.
Mhm.
Neither one of them won, unfortunately, but they were still nominated, which goes to show you.
Yeah.
Netflix, Amazon, man, they're fucking.
They're fighting it out.
I think Netflix was nominated at the Golden Globes for 26 things.
Damn.
Jeez.
Damn. Now, if only they can get their anime game up and actually good.
Yeah.
Yeah, not fucking goddamn. what's his
Netflix,
name?
Amazon, man, they're fucking.
Oh.
Jaden Smith's anime is not good. Just
Well, that's kind of a given. It's Jaden
Neo
Smith.
Yokio's kind of trash. But, yeah, anyway.
Hey, man, giant Toblerone. Giant Toblerone, though. I also watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
How was that?
It is very Quentin Tarantino-y. I can definitely see where people are saying that Quentin Tarantino has a real big foot fetish. There is a lot of dirty feet in that movie. So, is everyone familiar with the premise of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Vaguely. Like, I know it's
Yeah.
supposed to be
Kinda.
good.
You want to
So
explain it? Or do you want me
it's-
to?
You can explain it.
So
It's
essentially,
fun,
it's
great.
based off of Leonardo DiCaprio and is an actor in the 60s and 50s.
He's a
And-
big actor in the 50s.
Yeah, and it's now in the 60s. Brad Pitt is his stunt double. Fucking amazing.
Okay, think of it. It's kind of like Birdman.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, where it's almost like a washed up big name actor who's now down on his luck, sort of.
Yep. And it takes time at the same place as Charles Manson. So that
Yeah.
kind of pieces all that together.
I saw the actor for who plays him. Who was it again?
Oh shit, he's in there for like literally a scene.
Is
Yep.
he? 'Cause
In
I-
the
he's supposed to
extended
be
cut, though,
someone
they
big.
are gonna when they release the movie. I guess they deleted a much larger scene of Charles Manson, and they took it out for the movie for some reason. But
Weird.
Quentin Tarantino said when they do release it, they're releasing a director's cut, which is way longer and has all of Charles Manson's scenes in it.
Good, because the Charles Manson, I wouldn't even call it a subplot. It's like a tertiary story.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Charles Manson, and it's like, okay, and I guess they mention him a few times in it. But yeah, it takes place in the 60s in Hollywood. Fuck, what's his name?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio. He was a big like 50s Western star, and now he's like, I don't want to say nobody, but he is like taking on these roles where he's just getting bodied constantly in
Yep.
these action movies.
Whew.
There are like the cinematography, of course, is great. The writing's great. The editing, for the most part, is really good. There is one scene in it that is laughably bad, and I don't know if it was intentional or not. Leonardo DiCaprio's on the set of this one movie, and he's talking to the lead actor in this movie, the hero, I guess you would say, in this movie that Leo's character's playing in. And there were times where he was talking, and the guy didn't have a hat on. He was holding his hat like at his chest, and then he would say something, and the hat was on his head. Like, it just cut like that. Or there were times where in the same scene where the dude was like looking at Leo, and then would like look, it would just cut, and he'd be looking away. And the first time I saw that, my first thing that I thought of was, did the fucking disc skip? And then I go, no, wait, I'm streaming this. That doesn't make sense. Did I miss something? No, I didn't. It's just really weirdly like edited. So that was kind of jarring. Yeah, the Charles Manson stuff. That's. Hey, Charles Manson's here. All right, that's it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
But like
The
there was
movie ends.
because he kills, and like in real life he killed an actress who was played by Margot
Sharon
Robbie.
Tate.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did great. Margot
Yeah.
Robbie did great.
Yeah, Margot
In
Robbie plays a character that Charles Manson kills, and she's another big character in it as well. But yeah, I
She
guess
doesn't die, though.
I guess he cuts out all the scenes that he had with Charles Manson. I guess he had a ton, and I don't know why he did it. He didn't
Stupid.
really say, but yeah, in the director's cut, they're adding them all back.
But Brad Pitt and Leo, they have a great chemistry together. The movie ends with one person getting his dick bit off by a dog, another person getting their face smashed in on just a face smashed in a house, and another person gets burned by a flamethrower. That's how the movie ends.
Nice.
If you remember fucking Django Unchained, that last scene, that
It's
classic
it's
Quentin
the
Tarantino.
weirdest. The weirdest is juxtaposition a good word to use for this? Is that
Yeah.
the correct word? Because you have this movie that's kind of about I don't want to say struggling actor, but an actor who's not happy anymore. And then the final 10 minutes of the movie is just that people getting their dicks bitten off by a dog, flamethrower in a pool, smashed
Jeez.
heads in. Yeah, the person that gets flamethrowered is in a pool.
What the
Um,
fuck?
And
Nice.
a lot of dirty feet throughout.
I like it.
Dirty soles of the feet.
It's winning a bunch of awards, so
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. I would definitely recommend a watch. I watched it on Google Play, $5.99 to rent the 4K version.
nice.
There you go.
Other than that, I haven't played really anything in my off time. I've been sick. That was fun. I caught the death disease. Now I can't really. I mean, I can talk now. Everything's fine. I can't do any high pitched noises. That's cool. Yeah, that's been my life.
I like it. What about you, Marcus?
Nothing too crazy. I'm just enjoying my vacation before school starts again. I'll be student teaching at Penn State
Nice.
sometime within the next week, so I'm just trying to enjoy my free time while I still have it.
Good shit, man. Where can we find you
Uh,
for those who are just joining for the first time?
Yeah, if you'd like to watch whatever content I end up making, which is very seldom, you can find it at twitch.tv/MarkDude701 or on YouTube at MarkDude701.
Boom.
Yeah.
Well, there is that other thing you're working on.
Oh, yeah, we're building a 5M server, and people are playing it, and it's kind of cool. So if you want to be a part of it, if you've played 5M before, you can search for it. It should be an open beta, should be online most of the time. It's Days of Our Lives, or DOOL. You should be able to find it pretty quick. Then
Grand
within
Theft Auto
that, you
5,
could-
though, for those who don't know.
Go ahead.
No, I was to say Grand Theft Auto 5 is the game for those who don't know.
Oh, yeah. It's a Grand Theft Auto 5 or a mod called 5M for it. And then within that, you can join our Discord and help make the server better if you want to.
Heck yeah.
Yes,
The
we are
server
powerful.
great again.
But that's all for me.
Yeah, a lot of people playing it. What's up, James?
Can I say something? I forgot 2 things in my week.
Do it.
Awesome Games Done Quick 2020.
Yes.
That was my life while I was sick. Fantastic event. Everyone should watch the Games
we
Done
get
Quick.
3 million?
We'll find out later on because I got that in my docket.
Heck yeah, man.
And then also the Marble Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
That's
god, I know what you're talking about.
The fucking Marble Olympics.
Yes.
It is simultaneous the thing that no one's heard of and everyone's heard of.
Yep.
It's top tier, greatest thing ever.
I just love how that dude made that video, and all of a sudden just boom. It's fucking amazing.
Did everyone watch that when I posted it in the Discord?
I didn't watch this.
Oh,
I
I
haven't seen the
finished
new
it.
one. I've seen the other ones. Though. I know what you're talking
Oh,
about, but
they're great. They're great. Funk checking the TV. I had that on for like 5 hours
that's
the other
awesome.
day at work.
That's
Can't
awesome.
beat that.
What about you, Nate?
Not too much, honestly. So, I mean, been fucking around on the server with all y'all. I mean, James pops in every now and then when he's not like super dying sick.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, we've been fucking around on a good old game called Ark on that server. That's been a lot of fun. That's pretty much taken up Fridays for me. I know that's what we've usually been doing. for the past week at least. I shouldn't say been, but have done per se, since that's to come. But yeah,
I love it when everyone has been telling me, "Hey, you should play Ark on Fridays with us," and I go, "No, I have to suck Claude's dick on Friday." That's all going to change soon.
Other than that, honestly, other than playing with my own single player server on Ark, fucking around with mods and shit, which there's so much you can do on that game, it just becomes too overwhelming, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And then it's just a lot of fun. Been playing with some Titans and fucking mythical shit and that. That's cool. Not a whole lot though. Been mainly looking into. I got myself fucking Elgato finally, so I can finally stream my PlayStation shit. So that's
Yeah,
lovely.
you did.
Yeah.
I did. I fucking. I had to settle for the fucking external because my goddamn motherboard doesn't have fucking 2 PCIe slots, and I'm pissed.
What a casual.
I know. I bought a pre-built, but I got it on such a good deal. I couldn't beat it. Like with the specs that are in it, like it would have costed me probably $1,000 or so to build. And with the deal I got, I mean, I'm happy with it.
Buy a new Mobo, dude.
Yeah, but that's more money and. But like, I also don't know how to build. So like, if I took the motherboard out and tried to like swap everything, I'd just be fucking autistic.
I don't either, and I'm doing it. YOLO.
At least you can see people do shit, because like your Geek Squad, you've probably seen like Mark and Stevie do it 1,000 times.
Like once.
I think I've done it like twice, maybe.
Oh, okay. But like, yeah, I don't know how to. I know it's like adult Legos, but like, I got really mad at Legos when I was a kid, so I might get really mad at my computer and break something really expensive.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have to be a stressful thing. Like it's more relaxing thing than anything else. The
Okay.
words.
Fucking, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I've been hanging out, chilling, just kind of doing my own thing, playing with them. I want to start getting some COD back up, but somebody sold their copy.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
You're damn right I did.
like,
Where can we find you if people haven't met you before?
For anyone who hasn't seen me on the podcast before, so i.e. if you've watched like the first, I'd say what, 25, 30-ish episodes that I wasn't on, and then since then I've kind of been a regular and just been chilling, part of the crew. But yeah, find me everywhere, like literally everything is just YF Kitsune. Like you can find me on all those. I might be doing a slight tweak to my name relatively soon, just due to the fact that everyone calls me Kit or Kitsune, and the YF kind of just fell off. So I might be tweaking some way to just try to like. I'll be doing it in some form of weird fashion that's just gonna say Kitsune because that's kind of just what I've been going by. And that's what everyone
YF
calls me
Kitsune
anyway.
15.
No, there will be no numbers.
Captain
First 14 will not be
15.
taken.
Captain Kitsune 15.
I like it. Dot 701.
Yeah.
Fucking something else y'all can make fun of me for. Started watching a new old show on. It's new to watch again, but it's an old show from Disney Channel. I've been watching good old Wizards of Waverly Place because that show's fire. And if
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Hannah Montana again.
Not this time. I've been watching Wizards of Waverly Place because that show fucking bangs. And it's
I heard an L and I was like, he's gonna say Lizzie McGuire. I just fucking know it.
Yo, Lizzie McGuire's fire. So is Even Stevens. If you disagree, you're wrong.
Oh, even Stevens is great.
Yeah, it's
I
an
got-
exception.
I got some Lizzie McGuire news also, which is ironic. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But yeah, if I think of anything else, I'll throw that in the end because that's probably what I'll be doing, not what I've done. But yeah, that's pretty much been my time.
Ship.
Nice.
What about you, Sir Splash Green?
I have been a busy little beaver this week.
Yeah, you have been.
I've been working on the server, both the Arc and the GTA one with Mark, and we got a good, nice little streaming session of both of those in, which was funny. That's what I like about the GTA server. It is hilarious. And then Arc gives me my dose of adventure. It's a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, we did the Overwatch Battle Royale, which was, as usual, a wonderful time. And other than that, I've been working my ass off trying to get these overlays to work. Pretty much it. Playing around with updating the Discord, and when you guys get a chance, there's a crew section now in the Discord where just a little biography about yourself and then the links to your stuff.
Yes.
I
see Mark did it, so thank you for that.
Yep.
Cool. And then other than that, just trying to. I'm in the building phase. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like Walker and I don't know, you guys seem to be pretty good at finding news and interesting articles and all that other stuff. I've just been not any of that.
I mean, you're not alone, my dude. Like that's me.
Yeah, I've just been trying to build.
Color
That's all I've
commentate.
been doing all week.
That's what you
Yeah.
guys do.
So I'm the
Color
fly on the
commentate.
wall. You know. But other than that, what else have I done? I think that's about it. Work's been busy, as usual.
Yeah.
And
Where can we find you?
I don't know. Yeah, Splash Green G on Twitter, and then Team Splash Green on Instagram and Facebook, and Splash Green Gaming on Twitch and YouTube.
Perfect. So for myself, the kind of reason why I've been asking everyone where can we find you, I haven't done anything really myself per se. I have obviously GTA, Arc,
Bitch.
where I died in the middle of the Ice Age and I lost every single thing that I fucking had.
It's all right. You think about it, you did miss that one session, so
I did.
technically that happened to everybody else here as well.
Oh my gosh! Don't
Everybody
even get me
has been
started,
through it.
dude. Oh my
Yes,
god.
that's definitely a hard game.
Mark makes me
That's
mad.
that game.
But isn't it? I mean, we went on our first adventure, like our
Fucking-
adventure.
The shit reminded me of
Minecraft.
Minecraft, where I would literally go into like an area and die, and literally have to try to go back to the area, get my shit, die again, go back,
Bro,
die again,
I do not.
and I keep dying. Unfortunately, this time I couldn't find my body, so I couldn't recover
Yeah, I don't mess
anything.
with that area.
But
No.
I thought I could make it. I'm like, I'm getting there. Fucking
Birds
Mark
out
made
there
it through.
somewhere.
Let's make it happen. Nope, I just fall straight to the ground and die. Lost my pterodactyl that I got 5 minutes before that. That
Yeah.
shit's
We
gone
got-
now.
Oh, guess what? Mark and I gave birth to a handsome young.
Actually,
Okay.
2 of them.
Oh, you had
Yeah.
2 of them.
Yeah, I made another one the next day.
Nice.
Yeah, we got that
Yeah,
and another
so-
Lycanosaur.
So I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you have a female and a male, you can have them make a baby one.
Nice.
We
So
made
how-
2.
So how was labor? Who actually gave
It didn't look
who-
comfortable.
Who gave birth?
Oh,
Round
female.
3, you know.
Yeah. The dark
Round
winged
3,
duck.
the bird.
Good old round 3.
Well, because
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
pretty self-explanatory.
Can you explain to me the process of? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so it did that.
You said,
Sarcos,
all right,
dude.
okay, hold the phone there, Chief. Hold the phone. Because when Schroeder said it, he said that me and Mark gave birth.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, all right, that's weird. How did that
Sure.
happen? What are y'all tell me something I don't know?
That's funny.
You're not
I didn't
saying
even
something.
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together with that. That's hilarious.
That's why I made that
We
face.
mated 2 of the pterodactyls together to make.
That makes more sense. That makes sense. But yeah, the reason why I was asking everyone, other than playing those games, we've been working hard on this podcast stuff for you guys. So we've kind of been going ham. So we do have now a Facebook. So for those who are watching us for the first time on Facebook, Schroeder I know is streaming to Facebook, and I don't know if you are as well, Nate.
If it's working, it's working. If it's not, I don't.
You can find us at Facebook now, Level Unlocked Podcast.
Hell yeah.
You can find us on Instagram now,
Oh,
once again.
we got an Insta.
Level Unlocked Podcast. James decided to be weird and named Twitter completely different, so we don't have Level
fucking
Unlocked.
couldn't call it Level
LVL
Unlocked
Unlocked
Podcast.
Pod. That's LVL Unlocked
Okay,
Pod.
all right. Would you rather have me just call it Level Unlocked?
No.
Or Unlocked Podcast?
What'd you
Or
call it?
Unlocked Pod? I have to do LVL Unlocked Pod because
I like
Limit-
that. I
and limit
it
your
doesn't
characters.
fit.
Yeah, limit your characters.
Doesn't fit.
I like level unlocked pod. I think that's cool.
No, I wanted to call you out on that. Just 'cause I thought it was funny. I knew you had to make it. I remember when you made it, 'cause you had to make it that long. I just wanted to. I had to do it.
You fucking blaming me.
And finally, last but not least, so every social media, and we have a Patreon.
You didn't
So-
say YouTube.
Oh, YouTube, Level Unlock Podcast as well.
Good old YouTube.
We now also have a Patreon account. So for anybody who wants to support us, like us, love us, hate us, and you still want to support us because you want to see us fail, so you want to give us money, I appreciate that. You can go to patreon.com/Level Unlock Podcast, and you can support us any way you want, donate any amount of money, one time, multiple times, regardless of what it is. And that ultimately helps us grow the podcast, pay for the podcast, eventually maybe get a special guest, big name streamer, Elon Musk on the podcast. You never know.
Oh,
That money, that money helps makes that
What
stuff
would we
happen.
even fucking say to Elon Musk?
I know what I would say.
Favorite anime.
I would ask him.
Nate, let's get Elon Musk for Anime Corner.
Bro.
We
What
can
would-
talk about Evangelion.
What would you ask him, Schroeder?
I would ask him why is it we can shoot a car into outer space, but we can't make a phone that can survive a 3-foot drop?
I like it. That is the perfect.
And when are
question.
you going to cure male pattern baldness?
Yep.
Ridiculous.
That's about
Stop
the
shooting
question.
cars into
When are the
space.
cat girls coming?
Yeah.
Cat girl's coming.
Cat girls when?
And
Just
so you-
stand outside of Elon Musk's house with a sign that says "Cat girls when."
I like it.
Something to preface with the whole Patreon thing. Obviously, he pretty much covered it, but I just want to make a specific sentence dedicated to it. This doesn't go into our pockets whatsoever. This is specifically to make quality of life better for everyone and for just not our lives, but your visual viewing lives. Make it
And audio.
more entertainable, increase audio quality, and just everything in general. Make it
Exactly.
a good time for all of us. Everyone here, you viewers and us.
Yep.
Paying for posting the podcast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what it is. We pay every month.
a month, baby.
Yeah, pay every month. We paid for the intro that you heard at the beginning of the podcast for the audio-only listeners, things along those lines. So there's a lot that goes into little things behind the scenes that any amount of money helps. So for those who are listening now, once again, it's patreon.com/Level Unlock Podcast.
And hopefully one day it'll help us do this full time.
Exactly.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it really would be.
And, Walker, you remember this is just something to interject, but this is for a different kind of thing because the idea that I had is far too intricate for just a small logo. What it would also do is for the videos, I'd imagine we'd have some form of let's try that again. Some form of visual intro.
Yes.
If I could speak, and I think the
Well-
idea that I had would work better as a
Well-
visual intro instead of a logo or anything of the sort.
Yep. And that helps
Either
do that
way.
too.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of making
Just goes to upgrade.
an intro for us.
Oh, for the
Yeah.
video?
Hey.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that
So
works
yeah,
as well.
man.
Well, nevertheless, though, there still goes in a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Me and Jeff talked about that after you went to bed because you're a baby bitch.
bro, I had to. Y'all didn't have to
This is a
fucking
diff-
work at 8
Bro.
a.m.
You almost fell asleep flying my bird around yesterday.
That was true. When we were playing.
I'm dozing off. I look over and you're on my fucking pigeon.
No, we're doing a mission. We're hunting beaver dams.
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I'm
dude doing
lowering Nate down into the dam, and his character's just standing there. I'm like, he's got to move.
sleeping? What the fuck you
And-
doing?
And then Nate goes, "Oh, sorry, what's going on?" And then
dozing off.
I did it again.
I distinctly remember thinking to myself, that motherfucker's on my bird.
And then he's like, "Guys, I just like fell asleep right there. I'm getting off." I was like, "No wonder why he wasn't paying
You're
attention."
in the middle of a fucking mission. You're on a battlefield. You fall asleep. What's wrong with you?
Bro, I fucking used to do that back on PlayStation 3.
I'm not doing no more.
We'd be in the middle of a
Get out of
Destiny
Detroit.
mission, and I'm just conking out on my bed, and all my buddies like, "What the fuck, Nate? Move, Nate! What the fuck?" And I'm just like, "Oh, sorry. I'm here.
Yeah,
"Are you
we're going to
fucking
get
sleeping?"
material.
I'm like a little bit.
I'm just like, I literally lower him down. There's no one around us to attack him, and he's not moving. I'm like, okay. And I was
Fucking
like,
guy doing?
and he's like,
Oh, man.
"Sorry, I fell asleep."
It's been so long since we all dunked on Nate. It's great.
It is. Brings back the good memories.
Love you.
Um,
Just don't fall asleep while you're playing games.
As well as the Discord. I really don't.
At least
I'm
be
pretty sure
home.
you can just look the Discord up by the name, right? Level Unlock Podcast. Can you look Discords up by their names?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you type in the thing and just type it in, it came up. Like when I looked up, at least I
Alright.
know for sure Podbean. I just type into Google that Podbean Level Unlocked, and it comes right up. It
Okay.
comes up for. I think if you type in
Discord?
Level Unlocked into Google, I think it comes up the Facebook page.
Well, not the Discord.
well, the
Oh,
Discord.
the Discord. That's a thing too. This is a little tip for all the streamers out there. When you post links that take people away from whatever platform you're on, that platform will shrink your audience reach. It makes sense. You're taking it off their platform. So what we're probably going to end up wanting to do is make one link that takes them to one centralized place, and then
Discord.
that link, to Discord. So there's only a single link instead of having links to all of our platforms. It just takes you to Discord. The only thing about that I'm a little leery on is the fact that if somebody doesn't have Discord, it's going to try to make them download it and stuff.
Yeah.
So it might be better to find a softer landing page for that, like
But if-
maybe a Facebook or something most people have.
And if you do have Discord, we do have our Discord on there. The Patreon account is listed, all the social medias, and we do have about me's for each one of us. So, yeah. Like I said, thank you if you do donate or help us out, much appreciated. We'll be promoting that quite a bit because obviously that helps us. Once again, that's patreon.levelunlocked.com/levelunlock. So, but and for those who don't know, in 1 month is our 1 year anniversary, boys.
Isn't that crazy?
Hey, you.
Don't we have something special coming up for that?
We do. We are being hosted by Podbean themselves, and I was thinking we can talk about it after the stream. Since we're being hosted for an entire week on their main page, I think we should do 2 podcasts that week
The
To
same
make it
fucking
worth
thought
it.
crossed my mind, man.
because
Yeah.
we're being hosted by the company itself. So we're on the main
It's
page,
only a week.
and it's only 1 week. And I think we should probably do a Wednesday podcast to kind of make it worth it, so more people are now. We don't have to.
Understood.
We'll talk about it, but
What
Yeah, we'll talk
time
about it.
would-
It's just an idea.
Time's super important.
Yeah,
for
we gotta do
Wednesdays.
Tuesday because we have Wednesday is the. Is
well,
Tuesday
yeah,
night.
whatever day. But I feel like we should do 2.
So just
but that's just
we'll
an
get
idea.
into.
Yeah.
We'll talk
that
about
is-
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
time's super important depending what kind of.
But either way, that week. So you're telling me for 1 week, Podbean
1 week only.
you go to
is gonna be blowing our
podbean.com.
platform up.
Yep, you go to podbean.com. You will see our face smack right in the center. No one else, just us, and whoever else they're featuring. But they will. Our name will be on there. We'll have some surprises. Maybe a new logo. Maybe some new things. But
Yeah.
this
Watch it be
2020 is gonna
just
be a big year
literally-
for us. So
It's just gonna be literally like the hyperlink.
it is.
It's gonna be way at the bottom, right above the contact us section.
You
I'll be
have to
so
go into
pissed.
like the code. You
I'll
have
be
to
so
inspect
mad.
elements to find it.
No,
Right.
I actually just emailed I emailed the lady again the other day, just asking if there's anything we need to do, and she's like, "Nope, it goes live Sunday morning at 1 a.m." So
Oh, I got another thing. I haven't posted it anywhere, but I got semi-approved for a Fanatica
Affiliate.
thing. Yeah, affiliate with Fanatica. So I might have a link up eventually. If you like cheap games and bundles, use the link.
speaking of affiliate, if you're gonna buy something off Amazon, let me know, or go to my Twitch and use my link. I got a warning from Amazon saying no one's bought anything, and I only have 90 days to generate 3 purchases. Otherwise, they kick me out of their affiliate program. So there's that.
Oh, really?
You have
Yeah,
180
we did that to me
days to sell
forever
3
ago.
things.
We got you, fam.
Yeah, it's only. I think even if you don't buy one of my things, if you click on it and search for something else, it still leaves my hyperlink in that code. I think. I don't know if that's actually
think
how it
so.
works, but
Do they have you in the kind of thing, like the kind of program where they have to purchase something that revolves to you? Because if not, yeah, as
don't
long
know.
as they use your link to buy something, it doesn't matter.
yeah, I think it's just something. So, if anyone wants that, bottom of my Twitch page, Captain Geach 15, also on all social medias. Forgot to say that. Bottom of my link, go to Amazon, purchase whatever, buy toilet paper, buy a bidet.
Buy a creepy sex doll.
Buy a
Back.
buy a bayonet.
Which, by the
They
way,
sell bayonets there.
they do.
Do
It's
they
been a
really?
while.
Do they?
I probably. It's fucking Amazon.
So, let's get into some news, boys.
Yeah.
Had a lot going on over the last 12 days, and I actually didn't think we were gonna have that much. We had a decent amount. Had some
We had
world
some big
news.
things that happened. Big thing that happened was the Pokemon Direct.
It is.
And CES, I guess.
CES. We had a huge Twitch thing going on here. We had a couple of movie awards. We had some wars that almost started. We won't get into that, but that's another thing.
That's
we
another
can talk about
podcast.
that.
That's another
That's
podcast.
a whole another podcast.
That's our second podcast we haven't made yet. But anyways, let's start
Anime
with
Corner?
yeah, no,
Yeah.
third podcast. Sorry. Let's start with some CES. Mark,
Okay.
what's coming out?
So there's actually a lot of products that were announced, so I'm gonna try and rip through this. So
Stick rip, bro.
yeah, the very best gadgets we saw at CSS coming from Gizmodo. First one up, we got the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Fold. And you're like, yeah, it's another foldable display. It's a little tablet thing, but Lenovo's saying, hey, there's not going to be any seams because you put the keyboard inside of it and then fold it around, and that's how you keep it. So there's not going to be any crease. See how it goes. The Shunto 7, it's another wearable Wear OS device, and it's
Shunto?
supposed to Suunto. Sunto?
Sunto? Yeah.
7?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
another
yeah,
Wear OS device, and it's supposed to have really in-depth performance metrics and GPS maps, because I guess that's what Shunto does as a part of their platform. So we'll see how
Okay.
that goes.
It looks thick.
Yeah, it
looks
looks
How many
huge.
C's? How
What do
many
you guys
Cs?
just thought of? Yeah, what do you guys thought on that? You guys, I don't like the thick watches. Remember the Pebble Steel?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was the
Uh,
perfect size. You have one, Mark? I got one too.
it's literally sitting right here. Like,
Yeah, isn't that great?
yeah, I use it all the time.
You found support. You found, what you do? Like, you fucking make them on? You make the thing for it? I can't find
SUUNTO.
it
Sunto.
for it.
I'm sorry?
You know what happened with Pebble, right?
Yeah, like they closed all of that, so you have to get like a third-party marketplace or developer or something, and then
Oh, I'm
send
sure it's out there.
send it to that. It was pretty easy. I mean, it
Well-
took an hour or so, but
So quick
you can do
backstory to those guys, bro. They started out as a Kickstarter,
you know,
did really successful, ran for a little bit. One of the biggest watch manufacturers in the entire world tried to buy them for like some obscene amount of money, and they're like, nah, get out of here. Then somebody else came and hit them up, and we're like, no. Then no. They said no to a bunch of people buying them out over the course of the years. But then my opinion is they made too many different types of watches. They made big ones, small ones, brown one, green
Yep.
one. Oh, they made too many different types. So they started to flounder. And then in the end, Fitbit bought them for some stupid amount of money, like 50,000 or 100 or 500,000 or something crazy. Some tiny little bit of money, and then straight dissolved them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro,
they
so
lost.
sad.
They lost
Yeah, I mean,
all the
that's how it
opportunity.
Yeah, man.
And I get why
Yeah,
they said
imagine
no, because they
listeners
wanted to keep
love them.
themselves separate. They wanted to do their own thing. But at the end, it didn't work.
I've literally bought one right after the company got dissolved.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cheap for a Pebble Steel. I think I only paid like 60 or 70
Oh,
bucks.
yeah. Well, they use the e-ink screens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
They
batteries would
last,
last.
they last 20 years.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
the battery would last legitimately like 4 or 5 days. Like sometimes when they're brand new, they would last up to 10 days.
Yeah, no
But-
problem.
Yeah, because they only used power when something changed. So, but that was a great company. But I like the thinner watches. I'm looking at this one here, and it looks too thick. It's like those Samsung ones.
Yeah, it looks like one of those like Nike GPS watches. I mean, it is a
Yeah.
GPS watch, but
Really
it looks so
thick.
much like a standard GPS watch.
Yeah.
What makes it unique is
Kinda
it's a
like
new
the,
operating system, huh?
Yeah,
Like
apparently.
there's like the Garmin Phoenix.
Yeah,
It's-
something
Yeah,
like
it
that.
looks
Yeah.
like about that,
Okay.
that size.
Okay,
Okay.
that's insane. The thing is massive.
Yeah, it
Walking
thinks
around with a damn hubcap
heft.
on your wrist.
it's like I'm gonna go running with this thing. Okay.
Your arms flailing behind you.
Yeah, it's just too much wind resistance.
Voluntarily Naruto running.
All right, our next product from CSS. We'll move on because we got a few. Next one we got is a streaming service called QUIBI. QUIBI. It's a phone-only streaming service model from the guy that brought you DreamWorks, as well as I believe the CEO of HP.
Mhm.
They're like, we're going to make a streaming service that you can just do on phone, and it's going to work in landscape and portrait perfectly, and it's not going to compete with any other services. a quote literally from the people that developed it. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, supposedly
So
simultaneously,
it's not gonna survive. Cool.
you can watch it two different ways simultaneously. So you can watch it like this, and you can turn your phone to portrait mode, and it'll immediately turn the phone without changing the resolution. You switch back and forth, and it switches to different modes because the movies are filmed both directions, so you can watch it either way.
It's just supposed to seamlessly flip.
No, it doesn't flip at all. You literally have the phone like this and see a person's in the middle. You turn the phone, it makes that person large. Because the way they're filming the videos is for diagonal and horizontal.
It like seamlessly changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no like
it's
flicker
seamless.
and
Because you
adjust-
know,
like-
Right.
like when you watch a Facebook or YouTube video, the screen is shrunk, and then you turn it
Yeah.
like this and the screen's big. The screen is full screen when you do this, or when you do this.
So basically, if you're looking at my head and I had a car like way over here,
Yeah,
like,
I
way
can
over
see the
here,
car.
until he turns it, and
then
the
I see your
camera
whole
will
body.
naturally just do this. Yeah,
Yeah, and then I'll see all of Jeff's body.
without my head
So, yeah.
actually shrinking or growing in size
Yeah.
at all.
I guess I
That's
just
kind of neat.
The word flip wasn't the proper word. but
Yeah,
it's
sorry, but you can rotate the phone without it
Yeah.
switching.
That's
Okay.
kind of neat.
Yeah.
So they can do that, but I'm gonna bash on like one of my favorite companies right now. Why the fuck can't goddamn Apple make it so I don't have to pick my phone up when I want to look at it and unlock my phone if it locks while I'm watching a movie? Get your shit together.
I know, right?
Wow, that would be really annoying. That would be
Bro,
super
it's so
annoying.
annoying. I'm watching a video like this, my phone will lock, so I have to pick it back up, fucking look at it, swipe it up, and fucking back. I love
Don't worry
Apple,
about that.
but
Apple
fuck
just
Christ.
randomly
Don't have to worry about that on my
QA.
Android.
Yep. Sorry, Mark.
Leave
Go
the
ahead.
food company alone. They're trying.
Good
They've been
old.
trying for forever.
They're doing their best.
Looks like TLC's at it again with the 6 series of televisions. So they're going to bring 4K at even cheaper prices to you. Good old CSS telling us about cheap TVs. L'Oreal is made a product called the Perso, which is a AI augmented reality and environmental data to create personalized skincare regimens just for you.
Oh,
That's interesting.
Hey,
Yeah, it has
I-
special motors that work with NFC-enabled cartridges to dispense the precise amount of product, and it can create custom lipstick colors and foundation just for you.
Perso.
interesting.
That's kind of cool.
All right, Google's not helping me. I don't even want to look it up. Go to the next one.
No problem. Next one we got is looks like e-ink is going to be adding color pretty soon. So
Finally!
get e-ink displays with color into it.
Look at that. Could you look at that? I'm looking.
Yeah, I don't
it's
really
like
have to
I'm
say
It's
too
gonna
much
look
more.
great.
It's like I'm looking at a screen that has full color.
It's only
It's like I'm
limited
not
to
kids-
about 40,000 colors, but the technology is still pretty wild for how low power it is.
Fucking offended.
Next one we got, which is
It's
My
funny
eyes
because your
don't
color.
work the-
It's funny because you're colorblind.
my
it's
eyes
still black and
broke.
white.
No, so just a quick, super fast sidebar. One day, I'm arguing about something, and all I hear is my one buddy be like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm seeing grayscale." And I'm like, I don't have a response.
That's funny.
Next one up, also announced at the good old CES, is Impossible Pork. So Impossible Food comes to an electronics show for some reason, but
Yeah,
they're making pork now.
What the hell is possible pork?
Impossible Pork.
Meat, like Beyond Meat and shit like that, like vegan stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I
It's
guess
pork,
because
but it's
technology
plant-based
makes it,
pork.
per se.
so I can have a vegan sausage, basically.
Yeah,
You have
it's
a good vegan sausage.
yeah, it's
because when I was
plant-based,
vegetarian, I ate a lot of
plant-based
vegan
pork
shit and it was
substitute.
garbage.
like they have the Impossible Burger at Burger King. It's
Yep.
Yeah.
plant-based burger meat. Now they have plant-based pork, which
they
I don't
just did
understand
that.
why that's at CES, but I guess it's revolutionary.
Hey,
so
it
maybe.
uses tech to make
Yeah,
it.
it's
bro.
technologically
Maybe.
made.
Yeah.
Dude, my buddy bought stock in that Impossible Meat Company right before they got
It's a
hooked
good
up with
idea.
Burger King, and he fucking made a nice little mint.
Oh, I
I
bet.
bet.
Fucking just real quick because I find it fascinating. Just because on the top of Impossible shit, they make like vegetarian and vegan pork out of jackfruit. So I'd imagine maybe they
What the
just
hell is
decide. Jackfruit's it's a fruit that's like it's like this fucking big, and you have to like machete that bitch open.
Oh,
But it absorbs it absorbs the flavors of whatever it's cooked in, so it'll taste exactly like the item.
Oh, so it's kind of like tofu, but a fruit.
Oh,
It's like tofu if it wasn't trash.
True.
the Impossible pork will be available at Burger King and select stores next month.
I guarantee it has something to do with jackfruit. That's super cool though. That is awesome. I've been dabbling with the vegan idea.
Go ahead, Mark.
Next product from CSS, we got the good old Samsung Galaxy Chromebook. It's the first time Samsung has ever added the Galaxy brand to a Chromebook. It supports HDR, stylus support, an i5 CPU, up to 1 terabyte SSD, and it is also super thin and made of aluminum.
That
And
is
they
beautiful.
They also have it in red if you like that sort of thing.
Wow, I actually really, really like that.
It looks sexy.
I love red computers.
So
Red
wait,
technology
a
for some reason.
Chromebook looks good.
Wow, this thing, I would buy one of these.
Hey, Jeff, look up the Samsung ATIV book.
The what
like-
book?
The Samsung ATIV book, ATIV. I had the Samsung ATIV book 9, and it looked identical to one of these besides the 360 hinge. Like, the screen looks good, but, like, that's the only thing. It's like the build of it looks identical to their old, like, kind of slim computers.
I think that other one's thinner, dog.
It might be.
What?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
this other one looks a little bit thinner, but I do see what you're saying. They're damn close. Maybe not. Maybe they are the same size.
No idea. But
Wow.
Samsung's bringing another Chromebook to their line. It's just going to be
awesome.
a Galaxy device now.
It's running Chrome OS is so bad though.
Why? No, it's not. If you want,
not
it just
that
depends on
bad.
what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
If you
The
want to,
Chromebooks aren't good.
Google Stadia, man.
No, but
That's the
like,
purpose of
I
it.
like Chromebooks.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
I don't
flip a
mind
Chromebook
them.
if I didn't do this stuff. I'd
I mean,
probably
you
just
could
have a
use
Chromebook.
it as a companion device for this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you got access to all the web browsers, so you can have those going on the side over here. Google Drive, which is where we share all our stuff too, back and forth, anyways.
Yeah, think of it as like having an iPad for your like Mac, as a companion for your Mac.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have the same capabilities.
The
Well, that-
iPad
you-
doesn't have the same capabilities as a Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can sidecar it and it becomes a Mac.
You could do the same thing with a Chromebook.
Yeah.
Man. Just depends how you work it.
don't know.
I didn't
don't
know
like,
that.
I don't like the feel. I don't like using Chromebooks like I've used.
This one does look like
This
it's
will
gonna
probably
nice,
be
though.
about
It's-
$1,000 Chromebook, not like the $150 ones you're probably
It
thinking
literally is
Yeah.
the thickness of a USB port.
of. What
That's crazy.
what else we got, Mark?
So it's just gonna be a Samsung Pixel book at that point, then, because that's what
Pretty
the
much.
Pretty much.
ideology
Yeah.
of
With
the
way more
Pixel book
bloatware.
was.
Probably
Yeah,
better
yeah.
than the Pixel book, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was.
The
I don't
new
know. I wasn't a
Pixel
fan of
book's
the
really
Pixel
good.
book.
Yeah. And I guess to be fair, just Samsung leaves a bad taste
So
in my mouth.
Corsonic?
So it is what it is.
Next one up, we got the Jabra Elite Active 75T. So it looks like this is Jabra's attempt at a potential AirPod Pro killer, thanks to their killer performance and now great sound, quote unquote. So now it's a truly wireless earbuds featuring an IP57 rating, which means that they're submersible up to a meter of water for up to 30 minutes, as well as a soft touch coating to make them easier whenever you're sweating.
Are these-
The Jabra
They're
Actives.
wireless earbuds.
Yeah, the ones that go inside your ear.
75.
The 75 the Jabra 75Es are they're pretty okay. They're a solid $175 pair of headphones. I don't think they're worth their price because we've had quite a few returned and I've just seen them not work super well. Jabra is very 50-50 with me. They work or they don't.
Makes sense. Next one up, we got the Linksys Wellness Pods. Pretty much what this guy does is that it turns the Linksys Aware turns your wireless network into a home security system that doesn't require any additional hardware to install.
Neat.
So it's pretty much just something you hook up into your wireless network, and it tells you if there's presence of potential intruders while you're away.
Wasn't that fancy?
Then Stranger Things made a cool pinball machine.
That's-
Cool.
And now
Is this available for commercial sale or something?
I don't know. Yeah, it was just in
Woo!
Gizmodo's article about a pretty neat pinball machine.
And that
Oh,
they
is it
got
from
one here.
One Up Arcade? I think.
It looks like it ranges around $6,000, but another website has it for $10,000.
Well, like
Range is the
Walmart
same.
sells arcades like arcade
They're
machines, so maybe it's
shitty
gonna be that.
ones.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
this
but
is no. This isn't one of those.
These are gonna be
This
higher
is a
quality ones.
legit. Yeah, this is a legit pinball machine.
And next up, we got the Verge Awards at CES 2020. Fucking words. Shit.
Hey man,
They're
it's
hard.
been about 2 weeks, so you
yeah.
know.
So let's see what the Verge gave awards to, because we all trust the Verge.
Yep.
First off, best in show, they gave it to the Lenovo ThinkPad Fold X1, so the foldy thing with no crease that you put the keyboard into. I don't know there, bud, but
It says
the
price is $2,500.
$2,500. I don't know about that one there, bud. Next, best laptop was the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14, which I've looked into a little bit. It's a pretty baller machine. I think it's a little expensive for the GPU that you get, but you get a pretty solid Ryzen 4000 H series chip, as well as like a programmable, customizable back part to it. So you
Oh,
can put
yeah.
whatever logos or any cool things you want as part of like LEDs on your back screen.
What is
Yeah,
this?
on the
Okay.
back of the laptop itself,
It's
it
the
has almost like a dot matrix kind of like display that plays.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
It's the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14.
I'm gonna try to spell Zephyrus. for Christ's sakes. Zephyrus.
Probably look up the ROG G14.
Alright.
I looked up this next one. What you're gonna say?
Yeah.
It's-
Oh, that's neat. You're telling me this little section over here, or is it the whole thing?
It's like
This
half
little-
of it,
Yeah.
Okay, that's neat. This
so
is
you can
color and
customize it to whatever you want. Make
got
it,
e-ink screen.
yeah. If you're a DJ and you
That's
want to
cool,
bump and show it, you can do that. It's all customizable
neat.
apparently. Next one up, the best gaming thing according to The Verge is the Alienware Concept UFO.
The Switch.
the
Yeah,
Switch.
which is literally an Android shield or an NVIDIA shield that runs like a Switch, I guess,
And it
or
runs
looks like a
Windows.
Switch. Yeah, it runs Windows
And it's got detachable Joy-Cons.
When I
because
type that into Google, I get pictures of concept art for aliens. If you're cool with it.
Alienware Concept UFO.
Yeah, you got to put Alienware.
Oh,
I
it's
feel like
the-
if you look up
where-
Alienware Switch, it'll come up.
Yeah,
yeah.
that too.
There it is. Oh,
Or
that's
if you
cool
look up
looking.
Alienware,
That looks really
Oh,
clean.
boy, I can't wait for that thing to be like trying to run The Witcher on that. If it ever comes out, playing like The Witcher 3 on that, and your hands melting because of how hot it's gonna get.
Remember though, it's just a concept. They haven't actually developed this yet, but they have the idea and they know what they want to do, but they haven't made it.
Yeah, it's just a
It could never
project
come
now.
out.
You don't think it'll actually
It's
come
got
out?
a Mercedes symbol.
It might
on
not.
So weird.
Next one up.
I guess.
The most interesting PC, we got the Intel NUC 9 Extreme platform, which honestly is just like a computer in a box. That's the best way to put it.
Aren't all
It's just a
computers in
computer in a
boxes
box.
though?
You can get a fully fledged gaming computer in a device that's like that big. So
Oh,
like
wow.
6 inches by 6 inches, maybe bigger. But
Ah, looks
it's
like
really
a-
small now.
Just think of it like you're getting a Bluetooth speaker that's a gaming computer.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Next one up, we got the best monitor display. That's the Samsung Odyssey G9.
That looks
It's a
pretty cool.
49-inch Samsung G9 monitor.
Fucking
That,
curve monitor.
yeah, a 10,000 R curve at 5120 by 1440 resolution and a 240 refresh rate.
I don't even want to know how
Um,
much that would cost.
Supports both FreeSync 2 and G-Sync, as well as a 1 millisecond response time. It's probably going to be like at least $1,000.
No, I
Wouldn't
would say more. I would think this is more towards the price of the Mac display thing.
isn't it like
the Mac
isn't that
Pro.
$1,000?
No, that's like $5K.
Are you talking about?
$1,000 for the wheels for the Mac Pro.
It's ridiculous.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll see how much it is.
Or the stand's $1,000, I think.
God.
I don't remember. Something stupid.
Yeah, it's super
Apple's stupid.
Next one up is our best TV. It's the Samsung QLED bezel-less 8K TV. So, bezel-less TVs are in our future.
I
Yep.
don't know, man. I like that
seen those.
rollable LG TV that they showed off that's available.
Q950, the TV that the Samsung experts are gonna have to push next year.
It's gonna burn everyone's eyes out.
I
gonna
don't know
melt
if this
everyone's
is on the
eyes.
docket, but the micro LED TVs are going to be the next thing that's really going to pop off if they can get them right sizes with like the cabinets and shit. That's really cool.
I don't have that on there, but I know what you're talking about though.
Hmm.
Thing is super duper thin. Those TVs are deceivingly heavy though.
They are.
Yeah, I wouldn't
The
doubt
next
it.
one, don't really go into detail with. Just say what it is.
Biggest disappointment is this Sony PlayStation 5 logo.
Oh my fuck.
Don't go into. We'll talk about that later.
How is it a
Yeah,
disappointment?
We're
It's
going to have a conversation.
It's the
exactly
best
what
way
it
to
is.
put it.
Yeah, that's what they said was the
Most
biggest disappointment.
triumphant comeback. We got the Laura DiCardo. It's a massage product for sexual wellness.
Oh yeah. That's the adult stuff's back at CES this year. That's
It,
right.
it was.
I'm not searching that one.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
they brought back all the sex toys to CES.
That smart thing is the GE C smart switches and dimmers. So you can get smart switches and dimmers for all your smart GE products. Neat.
Nice.
Best router is the Netgear Nighthawk Mesh Network. So now you can get a Nighthawk version that's in a mesh, and it's going to be
Nice.
like $400 to $700. So we'll see how it goes. Oh no, the Nighthawk Mesh available in March includes 2 Wi-Fi 6 routers for $230.
That's
Nice.
not bad.
I'm really excited for those because they're going to drive prices down, which is just going to be able to sell Orbeez even easier. Like,
Definitely.
it's going to be great.
The best concept is Sony's Vision S, which is their
Their
electric
car.
vehicle. Yeah, their
Their
AI
smart
electric
car.
vehicle.
I don't. You think that's actually gonna be made though? You think Sony's gonna try to
Probably
make a
not.
car?
Well, I don't know about that one because they run a healthcare company,
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they have a lot of places they do things.
and you know what? Sony has the money. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
It's
with it.
probably going to be another Project Titan like Apple's. Like, they're going to make a car, but it's going to be in the fucking years.
Yeah,
But
probably.
Sony has a lot of the tech that is used in like smart technology, like drivable technology, with things like their Aibo robotic dog. So I mean, they kind of already have a lot of the tech there, just making it on a much bigger, chunkier scale.
Okay.
And
so, like,
I kind of want I like, I don't know if you guys seen pictures of it, but in the back seat, there's on the headrest of the front seats, there's like, I don't know, maybe like 24-inch like monitors back there. I want to play
Yeah.
Smash Bros or something,
Oh,
or
yeah.
Mario Kart.
so I guess my question for
It's an
everyone
electric
would be,
car.
would you trust Sony with your life?
Driving down the road,
I trusted them with my job for
I'd
20
probably
years,
trust
so
them
I-
more
and
than
then they got
Tesla.
rid of it.
You would trust them more than Tesla?
Yeah, probably.
I would trust them more than Apple.
No, like, I don't disagree
Oh
there.
god, an Apple car is just around the corner.
It
Yeah.
is. I mean,
It's gonna look like the car from Doug.
What's next,
I
Nate?
don't know.
Not Nate. Mark.
Next one up is the most CES product, which is the Mercedes-Benz Avatar themed car. I guess they just themed a car that has a lot of lights in it. It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it
That's
looks
pretty much it.
disgusting. It,
Yeah,
it looks
it's-
like it fucking like hovers on the ground.
It looks like a bean.
You said
Yeah.
AES theme car? Or
Yeah,
CE?
the Avatar themed car.
Mercedes-Benz Avatar themed car. The doors are all glass. You can see your entire body.
That's cool.
What? Oh wow, yeah, look at
So-
that.
Is it glass? Or
Jesus.
is it the oxidized aluminum that they use like fucking?
How would you not get fucked?
It's a concept, so they didn't have.
It's probably glass, but
You're gonna get pulled
Because
over, you're
it's
gonna
a
get UFO.
But
People
the way they
will
had it,
think-
the glass goes into the roof. So the doors actually don't open. The glass slides into the roof and then slides back down when you
That's
get into
cool.
it. Yeah.
It's for it to be glass is kind of sketchy, but if the oxidized aluminum, like obviously that's fine, but the oxidized aluminum that like they make like a patchy
Crazy.
help.
How are
Yes.
the wheels made out of? They're
It
glowing.
could stop like 50 caliber bullets and fucking landmines and shit. So that'd be cool. Like it's just metal, but it's see through.
Yeah, so that car is probably a fat $2 million.
I mean, that's probably like $1 billion for the one car that they made.
Oh, I
Ever.
guarantee it.
Most overhyped product at CES, we got the Samsung Neon Digital Avatar. I don't know if you're familiar with any of those, but they were trying to like push a digital assistant that has an avatar behind it. So whenever you ask them something, do whatever, there's going to be an actual face to it that reacts to you. It's able to show emotion and actually talk.
I don't think we're ready for that.
The only issue with it is that all of the avatars were just actors. It wasn't actually like generated by AI, and that was what most people were misled about, and that's why it was more hyped than anything else. Is that it was really just videos of people that they changed
Just
their faces a
recorded.
little bit using AI.
Yeah.
Like they're all real people. It's just people were expecting this to be like fully like AI created people.
I wouldn't trust Samsung with my
I'm
smart
good.
assistant.
If we want iRobot, that's how we get iRobot. I'm Gucci.
No, man, Siri. Not Siri. Cortana. Real life Cortana.
No.
The next one I like.
Yeah, we got the best AI gimmick, which is the artificial intelligence refrigerators. You know, telling you whenever you need to get your stuff.
Yes.
And
So it's essentially, you can use the app, and it'll pull up to tell you the exact amount of milk you have left, how many slices of cheese are in your fridge,
I fucking love it. I want it.
how much of this, how many apples you have in your fridge if you put apples in your fridge, how much juice you
had to
have
happen
left.
sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't put apples in the fridge?
Basically, it reads the contents
Probably
of your
does.
like it tracks every single thing in your fridge and tells you how much you have. So if you're at the store, you can say that, okay, I have a quarter gallon of milk left. Okay, I'm gonna buy a gallon of milk.
I love it.
Imagine being the person at fucking
at this.
Wegmans and looking at your phone and say, "Hey refrigerator, what's in there?"
So
What do I need to buy?
You're like an idiot.
Is this just a responsive version?
Oh,
Just doesn't.
oh,
to
oh,
you.
wait.
No, he's nutting you. You broke up. The whole
Okay.
thing.
So
James, we're gonna figure out a way to just give you a hot button on your computer.
is this?
Not as
seems
fun.
like just
That's
a-
not as fun.
Original.
It seems like an audible version of the thing that Samsung already has, which is the smart refrigerator that you can
Yeah.
just click the app and go into, and it tells you all that stuff already.
Look at this.
This is more defined and actually gives you a physical view of the products in your fridge. Like
The one that we already have. That
Yeah. No,
That
it's like
uses,
a camera.
Cameras.
the
This is more
actual
like-
Like someone saying, "Hey, this is
What
what
the
you
fuck
have in
keeps
your
the fridge
fridge."
disorganized?
Yeah, because wait, you're saying it doesn't have cameras?
No, it probably has cameras, but
yeah,
it
it
does.
says.
we already have.
But the Samsung fridge, you can't be like, "Hey refrigerator, what's in my
Right, so
fridge?"
it's just gonna respond to you now and like.
Yeah.
Look at this
tell you
though.
that. Okay.
I'm looking at these pictures and like everything's in perfect placement. Like I wonder.
It's a fake fridge, Jeff.
I know, but I'm just
It's
saying
an
like nobody's
actor
fridge
fridge.
looks like this.
Well, yeah.
I got Tupperware containers and
That fridge is just
Half-eaten
trying its
pizza
best
box.
for its big break.
And one of the key features, the software updates includes meal plans based on what you
shit.
have in your fridge. It uses the technology to create you a recipe to cook food.
My God.
So basically, it reads what you have and says, okay, make this.
LG Thin Q.
So,
We have that already too.
It's
Yeah, but-
probably got some sort of connection to like Amazon food or something like that. So when you are running low, you probably can like hit a setting to make it automatically buy you milk and stuff.
yeah,
Well, it looks
already
like
have
both Samsung and LG are both making new
yeah,
smart refrigerator models
They're
to
taking-
supersede their old ones.
yeah. They're taking what they have and basically putting it on steroids to,
Yeah,
com-
'cause the
to
cool
compete
thing
with
like,
each
the
other.
Thin- with the Thin Q appliances is they'll all talk to each other. So you click one, it'll have the recipe, then it'll start telling like the oven to start preheating, the microwave to get ready. Like if we can get those to actually start talking to us, I'm sketched, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the second generation of both of these is what's being introduced. And they're utilizing AI-equipped cameras.
Interesting.
I can't wait for the Chinese hackers to hack into our fridges to see and make us buy more milk.
Yeah, it's basically
Tell your
what they
friends
have,
in
but
person.
better.
Ah.
So, which is awesome. Okay, go ahead, Mark.
Next would be the best vaporware product from The Verge. So apparently, Samsung's making a product called Bali, which is kind of like a Kickstarter pitch. What it's saying is that it's a little spherical butler that opens your curtains, will check yoga poses, clean up after the dog, do little things around the house for you.
Yes, because my butler checks on my yoga poses.
What's it called?
This is like a high-end Roomba.
Bali.
Yeah, the Samsung Bali, Ballie.
Yeah,
How the
it-
hell? Nobody
Lit-
spells anything right anymore.
literally, if you watch the video, the ball is going around the house, and it's looking at the curtains. It turns on the curtains and opens them automatically. It looks up to you. It notifies you to wake up. It's scanning the person's body to make sure that she is doing the yoga pose correctly from behind.
No,
It
thank you.
is checking on the cat food to make sure the cat food and the dog food has enough.
That works right. That's kind of cool.
It has
So,
the
like,
I don't want no damn robot telling me to wake up.
do you have to have?
You know,
your house has to be an integrated smart house for this to work.
Okay, so you have to have like automated curtains and shit. Then I imagine.
Yeah, it just
Okay.
doesn't look at your old curtains and say open.
Yeah, it just fucking gusts wind and they just fly the fuck open.
But yeah, so basically they're getting into once again robots to AI to control your house, and also if it hears the door open, it goes to the door and checks to make sure it's you. If it's not you, it'll create an alert to identify yourself, and if you don't, it calls 911 supposedly.
That could go very wrong.
That could
very
go real
fast.
bad.
So
That's why Alexas and Googles will not respond to 911 calls. Like they won't allow you to do that.
Yeah, it'll be pretty neat having a little ball butler coming
Yep.
around.
Yeah.
The Verge mentions QB again, talking about that streaming service. Biggest news not at CSS or CES. Jeez, the Sonos apparently is suing Google
Why?
for infringing on Sonos patents. The Verge doesn't really go too much into this, but it seems like
One of two
The-
things is gonna happen with
the
that.
tech company is set on lifting. If they're set on making their own speakers to succeed at the experience of mid-sized players that look like Sonos. So
So
they're
it's gonna
basically
be-
looking to make Sonos type concept, but with Google speakers.
They already have that though.
But-
yeah, that might be what they're infringing on.
Yeah.
I don't
This
know.
could go one of two ways. Either A, Google's like, fine, here's just some money, shut up. Or two, Google's gonna take them to court and ruin that company. That company is not gonna recover. I guarantee they don't have the money power.
I don't know. Yeah,
To go up and-
yeah.
Mm,
Like,
they
against
don't.
Google, yeah. I mean,
Mm-mm.
Sonos is fairly large, but Google is Google.
Not Google large.
Yeah.
Not Google large.
They don't have slides in their HQ.
I don't know. This is pretty well written. I'm just reading through the actual court thing or whatever that they
So-
wrote up.
So what you're seeing, do you think Sonos has like heavy ground then?
I mean, I think they're arguing that the technology is pretty much the same and that the idea of their product is literally the same thing as like whole home audio for Google.
Isn't at the end of the
Sonos
day,
has a
though-
patent on that
Yeah,
though.
isn't all of them have
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
There's
at the end
so
of the
many
day, they would have
companies
to
that do
sue
that.
Everyone.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Sonos has the main patent for the whole home audio equipment though.
Yeah, so why are
Yeah.
they suing Bose?
They should sue Bose. At that point, they should probably sue like the HomePod because if you get a couple of those, they'll do the same thing.
Well,
Maybe
the thing
it's
is
set up
that
different.
they're also, at least in the
Clicks.
document, there's like 10 or so pages where they just go through the UI of both of them and compare them. So
So
that
maybe-
might be a part of the thing, that it's like the same process of connecting and
Yeah.
how it's all set up could be exactly the same, and that could be infringing.
Maybe Bose does it a different way so it doesn't. The two don't cross like Google
Yeah,
and Sonos do.
I don't know. I really don't want to read this
No, you're good.
96-page document.
No.
I could see how Alexa would be safe because Amazon and Sonos they pair together like they've done a lot of
Same with Google.
conjunction. Do some of the Sonos actually have Google built into them then?
Uh-huh.
Or they're not just compatible; they actually have them inside of them.
I think they started making them.
Okay, because I know you can get
Before.
Sonos with Alexa built in.
Oh no, I'm thinking. Yeah, no, they just have Alexa built in, but Google Homes are compatible with Sonos.
Okay, so I guess okay.
Well, that's
Yeah.
going to end soon.
Yeah.
And some
Anything else on
honorable
that, Mark?
mentions for the CES show. We got the Segway S Pod, which is literally like half an egg, like from Wally, where they're all sitting in the
Okay.
chairs just going
Oh,
around.
sick.
Nice.
Yeah, Segway made one of those.
We're all gonna get really fat.
OnePlus is talking about their Concept One phone, which removes the camera, I believe, and it's completely opaque on the back. And it looks like it's kind of made of leather.
Is that when
It
they're
looks
putting it in
cool.
the center? Is that the one that they're gonna be putting the camera in the middle of the screen, so you're not just looking up when you're on video chat?
Seems like it.
I fucking hope, because that's a really good idea if they can get it down. Because I was actually listening to Mr. Who's the Boss, who was talking about that. The camera would be in the dead center under the screen. So like, the biggest issue of everyone has is when you're on chat, you're not looking at the person, you're looking at
You're
the
looking
camera.
up.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
That would be kind of cool.
And apparently it's able to capture light different than how traditional cameras do it.
Nice.
So we'll see how that goes.
I
Good
don't
old-
look at.
Sup?
A lot of things happen at CES.
I don't
Adam.
look at the camera when I'm video chatting with people.
What do you
Who
look
fucking
at?
does? I look at the person.
Well,
Look
even
at
like
the
when you take a
person,
selfie,
then-
a lot of
then your
people either look
eyes
at the
aren't
camera, or they
looking
look
at the camera.
they don't know, they look up at the camera or they look at the screen. So a
I
lot of
look
people do
right at-
both.
I look at right at the screen.
You're
And
like
if you're more-
running probably like a couple hundred thousand then.
I thought everyone did that.
No,
No,
a lot of people
you
don't.
look at the camera.
What else you got, Mark, for this? Anything?
A few more products that happen at CES. Looks like HTC skipped CES to share their new vision for their Vive Cosmos, pretty soon. So that'll happen in Barcelona on February 24th to the 27th. So new Vive products happening there. Razer announced new products at CES. We'll start it off real quick. The Razer Kinshi. It's just like an attachable controller for your smartphone. So left and right side, 2 joysticks, directional buttons, all that fun stuff. You can attach it using USB-C or Apple Lightning connectors, and it delivers ultra low latency for your gaming needs.
Nice.
The Cilia Home 5G router, also from Razer. It's going to bring 5G to your household. Apparently using both like the short band and high frequency range 5G to give you the best connectivity depending on where you are in your house. The Razer Tomahawk, which is a completely modular gaming computer. You're like, Mark, isn't every desktop fucking modular? You're like, no, let's make it more simple. So put a really small computer, you put on a video card, put it in a box, and there you go. That's a computer. Good old Razer. And the last thing is the Razer Arctech Black Gold, which looks like Razer is now making another iPhone case. Neat.
Cool.
A lot of products at CES, and that's all done for me. I'm done talking. I've been talking for like an hour. Shit.
Oh,
I love you,
yeah,
Mark.
yeah. I have something
Go
that
ahead.
was announced at CES.
Yeah, what's up?
The Toyota Smart City.
Oh,
Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah.
Come again?
Toyota's making a smart city at the base of Mount Fuji.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Like a whole
Okay.
city that is dedicated to people who work who are like working on like smart technology, like full home smart technology. They're making a bunch of homes and roads and that kind of stuff that are completely like internet connected and smart from the ground up.
Huh.
So, are like the roads gonna be like panels?
smart roads.
Or like, so I guess
No,
my,
where we're
my
going,
idea,
we don't need roads.
I guess my idea, like what
going
I'm
to the Old Town
envisioning at
Road.
least, is the roads would be some form of like asphalt type panel, and like the lines would change and shit. Like that's. I
I'm
don't
not
They
a
tried to
understand.
do that. They actually tried to do like a
Did they?
road similar to that idea in California, and
Hmm.
it actually worked really great at first. It was in northern area, so I guess as I understand it was somewhere where snow hit every once in a while, and the big problem they were having was it was almost impossible to fix it. Like if it
Yeah.
broke
Like, to
anywhere
get them
along,
over.
Well, they built them and they worked really well, but if it broke, it was really a big problem to try to fix it.
Servers are down. No one's driving.
Pretty much.
It's just a bunch of just a bunch of fucking errors on the screen on the fucking road.
Just gets
Website not here.
stops in the middle of the road.
What is that? A 401 error or whatever?
Yeah.
404 error.
404
Yeah,
error.
404. Yeah.
It's all white.
That would be
That's
fucking
awesome.
hilarious.
Yeah, so I guess they're gonna start breaking ground in 2021 after the or no, late 2020 after the
Where is this
Olympics.
at?
Tokyo. We're
Oh,
at the
it's
base Mount
Tokyo.
Fuji. No, at the base Mount Fuji in
Oh.
Japan.
Or
that'd
the-
be fancy.
More reason for us to go.
Yep. Let's buy a house there.
I know. Let's do it. I'll
Full set.
blast
I'm
through
not close.
some movies and TVs really quick. Box office wise, 1917 took over the #1 at the box office. It is a movie based on World War I, true story, where a soldier has to go and find his brother, and if he doesn't, more or less, they're losing World War I. It won
That looks good.
the Golden Globe for the best movie, and it wasn't even released when it won the award. Which, when that shit happens, that kind of blows my mind, but
Well,
It
it
is
was
what it is.
released to
the people
they
that
had
are
the
voting,
premiere. They had the premiere.
yeah.
It just wasn't available worldwide or nationwide yet.
Star Wars has yet to reach $1 billion. It has only
Fucking
done
shocker.
990 million. It only needs $10 more million. It's gonna do it, but it's as of in the last 7 years, it is the first major Disney movie that has taken this long to reach $1 billion. It's currently at 27 days. Yeah, almost a month, and it has not. It'll be before it reaches $1 billion.
You know, it's
So
kinda
a
not
lot of people
great.
consider it a disappointment.
It
but-
was.
To each their own. Speaking of Disney, Doctor Strange loses its director due to creative differences between the director and Mr. Kevin. He has stepped down, which has then now stopped the filming of Doctor Strange 2.
But I was actually really excited.
So that movie, unless they can get a director sometime soon, that movie will most likely be delayed
Is that supposed to come out this year or 2021?
next year. But it may be pushed back to later next year instead of early next year.
I wonder how far they were.
I know they just had started. So basically, they started, and the director was like, "I quit." Avatar 2 finally has its concept art. Avatar 2, for what we have seen, is based in the ocean.
It's like Avatar 1 but underwater.
Take me by the hand. Take
It looks okay.
And that's literally what it's going to be. They said the main premise will be the water. James Cameron went to the Marianas Trench 5 years ago. One of the first
Of
humans
course
to
he
do it.
did.
So
What are you
he
doing
went.
today? You know,
Let's go to the
go to the
Marianas
bottom of
Trench.
the
You know,
world.
Yeah,
go to the
let's
very
do it.
bottom of the
Yeah,
world.
deepest- Yeah. That must be what's down there. He got down there. There was a bunch of like pop cans and
So he
Nature wasted shit.
those plastic beer holder thingies.
that basically inspired him to make a movie about water. So
Oh,
he
my
decided to make the main part of Avatar 2 about water. They said probably about 75% of the movie will be them in the sea.
So it's like Waterworld.
Probably.
Have you guys looked at the art for it?
Looks great.
I'll pull it up.
It looks way too much like a video game.
Yeah.
Like
It
they're
does, but
they're high quality
basically
pictures.
Subnautica.
It literally, yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
Subnautica or Ark. Like it's weird. Like they look way too digital.
So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping good things, but Deadpool 3 has been given the green light by Disney and Marvel. Ryan Reynolds confirmed in an interview last week that it has been given the go, and they have given it the go to keep it rated R.
This is going to be Disney's first rated R movie, isn't it?
It will be Disney's first official rated R movie ever.
Ew.
So, yep, that is not said when it'll be done. It probably won't be introduced until the 5th generation, or whatever they're calling it.
Phase 9.
Phase 5 of the Marvel universe. Once they complete Phase 4, Phase 5 will then include, which will probably be like 4 years from now, will include X-Men characters. Because
We're going to be doing this podcast when we're like 80-something years old, and we're going to be talking
Phase
about like
90.
phase 103 of Marvel.
Pretty much. DC Universe, Birds of Prey, The Emancipation of One Harley Quinn has been given its runtime. It is the shortest DC movie in history. It is an hour and 35 minutes long.
That's
Is it
short.
Suicide Squad.
This, no, not Suicide Squad. It's
What is it?
Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn is the full
Wow.
name of the movie.
So it's probably going to take just as long to say that title as it would be to watch the movie.
Yep, it's an hour and 35 minutes long. It is the shortest DC movie and the shortest comic book movie to date. Which is pretty cool. So people who want to see an action movie and a comic book movie but don't want to be there for 3 hours, this is the movie to go see.
Good. Sounds
There you
like
go.
something I would enjoy.
Colin Farrell was announced and confirmed as the Penguin of the Batman. So we have the Riddler, we have the Penguin, we have Batman, we have not Batgirl, but Catwoman are all going to be in the new Batman movie. So hopefully it doesn't oversaturate the movie, but that is what we are looking at.
No Danny DeVito, no Penguin for me, thank you.
So,
Yeah,
yep, Colin
he
Farrell
doesn't
is the
look
Penguin.
Not my Penguin.
No.
Not my penguin.
Hashtag not my Penguin.
either. Not my hashtag. Not my penguin.
I'm excited. I
Bored
think,
with
I
it.
think Colin Farrell's
They're all
gonna do well.
younger versions of these characters. So,
Yeah, but you don't get that much shorter and that much fatter.
Well,
How you go from being
Alright,
this guy to
hold the
being
phone
Danny
there, then.
DeVito?
They were able to make. They were able to fucking superimpose. Terribly mad. Superimpose
Nice.
fucking Paul Walker's face onto
I
his
prefer
brother,
this one.
and they were able to make Will Smith young again. They were able to project Tupac and play at
With
some
fucking laser
thing.
beams.
Yeah, with the laser beams. Why the fuck can't they put just I don't know, like
Danny DeVito, but younger,
Film
CGI his
magic.
face.
yeah, or like
Right.
makeup,
I don't know.
make him
Because
look younger.
But you can't have Danny DeVito without the other people because everyone's gonna be like, well, where the fuck is the original Batman, whatever the fuck his name is.
I'm not.
Michael
This
Keaton?
penguin is
Michael
gonna
Keaton,
ruin
yeah.
my
Adam West.
suspension of disbelief.
No, because
I'm
everyone
gonna watch it and be like, that's not the penguin. Who's
everyone's gonna
Danny
put the
DeVito
Penguin as the Penguin
was-
and Michael Keaton together.
Danny DeVito was born to play two roles: one, Pikachu, and two, the Penguin.
And then
He's only done one of those, and he's not.
It
doing
should have
it
had to be
again.
like Jack
Why?
Black or something. Could you imagine Jack Black as the penguin?
No.
Well,
I
then
can
you
only
have,
Danny DeVito.
I'd watch it.
Michelle
watch
Pfeiffer is Catwoman, so there's that. Catwoman's black in this one. It's Lenny
Well-
Kravitz's daughter.
Should have been Jack Black instead.
I mean,
So,
yeah,
like-
very.
Just give me a Batman movie that's all Jack Black
Kyle
and Danny
Gass.
DeVito. They
There you
play
go.
everyone.
Jack Black is Batman and Kyle Gass as Penguin.
There you go. Another company is joining the world of streaming services, boys.
Weird.
Uh,
QB or whatever. Another one.
Not.
NBC is starting their own streaming service called
Oh,
Peacock
jeez.
TV.
Yeah.
It's
And
gonna
yes,
get
it is
so much faster.
legit called Peacock TV.
God,
You will see
someone's getting
Starting-
fired for that one.
end of next year. This is where The Office is going. That's why The Office is leaving Netflix because it's going on here. So the only way to watch The Office at the end of the year is to purchase Peacock TV, which will be $5.99 a month, the same price
Yeah.
as Hulu, or $12.99 ad free.
It's gonna have the 30 Rock on it.
Yep.
It's gonna have,
Parks and Recreation, all Saturday Night Live, Cheers, Will and Grace, 30 Rock, Friday Night Lights, All House, Downton Abbey, King of Queens, Frasier, and all of the Real Housewives. It
I'm
will-
not gonna lie to you. Those are all you've named a bunch of those shows in there. Are like the only shows I watch. Frasier.
I don't know where I'm
30
gonna
Rock.
watch Cheers now.
it'll have
I watched all the Cheers.
movies as well. It'll contain the only place to watch the Bourne franchise, all the Fast and Furious movies, Casino, any of the Despicable movies, the Minions
Jeez.
movies, Dallas Buyers Club, Bridesmaids, Knocked Up. Basically, any movie Universal has made will be on this, and you cannot no longer watch them on Netflix. It'll also have original series. It'll have the remake, the reboot of Saved by the Bell. Yes, Saved by the Bell is coming to this.
No.
AC Slater, Mario Lopez is coming back. Elizabeth is coming back. Or Jesse. All of the main characters are coming back
What about
to the
Screech?
reboot
I
of
bet
Saved by
you
the Bell,
just
except for
Dominic's coming
Screech,
back.
because I'm pretty sure he's still in jail.
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
positive.
The only one that is restricted to
He hit
3
someone.
episodes is Zach Morris. Not Zach Morris. Yeah, Zach Morris.
Yeah.
He
You guys
is
believe him?
contracted with Fox. He is doing a show. He is doing Mixish, which is a spin-off of Blackish, which I had no idea that was even a thing.
What the fuck is Blackish?
It's a comedy, but Mixish is a spin-off of that. So Zach Morris, because he is under contract, it's not actually his name, but the character Zach Morris, because he's contracted with Fox, Fox will only allow him to do 3 episodes of Saved by the Bell. So all the other characters are this, and the premise of this is that Zach Morris has become the governor of California, and he's gotten himself into some hot water. So it is up to his Saved by the Bell friends to come in and save the day.
Well,
Yes, that is the
I'm
premise.
all in now. I'm all in.
A reboot of Battlestar Galactica. Yes. Straight Talk, and which is gonna be kind of like almost like a talk show, but specifically for that. Who wrote that? And a new show based off Dwayne The Rock Johnson called Young Rock. Essentially, it goes through his life as a little kid up to his college years. So basically, you
He
will
was playing for Tennessee.
University of Miami.
Oh, did he play for? Oh, I'm thinking Roman Reigns.
Yeah, the U. So yeah,
neat.
The Rock will have a show based on him. It's literally called Young Rock, and it is a short series that will literally be about his life. It is also confirmed that Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers will have specific content that will be aired only on this. That will be filmed after they film their live show. So there's that. It is called the Peacock, which kind of is hilarious.
Another fucking streaming service to
Uh,
make streaming more than
no.
cable.
Couple quick extra things. Mission Impossible 2 has signed on for 2 more movies, number 8 and number 9. Which I did not realize there was that many Mission Impossible movies, but yes, they are making a number 8 and a number 9.
Oh yeah.
Star Trek 4 is in pre-production, and they are contemplating rebooting the series, as number 3 did not do very well. They may continue on with the same story with the same characters, or they may do a completely different set of characters. It is undecided. The G.I. Joe spin-off, Snake Eyes, just started filming. It is the spin-off that solely is surrounded by the character Snake Eyes. Uncharted finally gets a director for the movie
Ooh.
Uncharted, so that movie will now begin production next month, which
Hey.
hopefully means we will see the movie next year.
Nah, probably, if anything, late next year.
Sci-Fi is getting a new TV show called Child's Play. It is a TV series based on Chucky.
A
Neat.
TV series?
Yes, it is a TV show series of Chucky. It is called Child's
What are
Play.
they
Is the
gonna
actual
do?
show called.
I don't know what that's gonna do. It sounds weird.
So
Chucky
essentially,
was
just
a
take the
stupid
movies
thing.
and fucking.
How often do horror shows do well, though?
Honestly,
Not really
I
well.
Can you even think of another horror
mean,
show?
Yeah, Scream
Uh,
did fantastic.
Did it really?
Yeah, people love that show. Like I'm pretty sure it's still going, or it had just ended its last season. Not last, but like the most recent season.
Hmm.
Like that show did fairly well. Like it got removed from MTV and then put on Netflix, I believe.
Fucking American Horror Story is still going.
Oh,
I
yeah,
forgot
that one is
American
doing
Horror
well.
Story
Yeah, me
was a
too.
thing.
That's not necessarily
That-
like a horror.
That's not
movie.
even scary though, but yeah, that's horror, I guess. I don't know.
Weird show.
Yeah, yeah, that's.
Wouldn't that fall into like an anthology series kind of show though?
Well, no, there's jump scares in that where something comes out and fucking like, bah! So yeah, there's
But I
that.
don't know. Like
I'll be back.
if I'm interpreting it wrong, Jeff, were you talking about more of like horror movie based TV shows? Okay.
Yeah.
So like Scream's the only one I can think of. There's no
Yeah.
Friday the 13th show.
No. And last but not least, Netflix released their top 10 most watched shows and movies on their platform. Number 10, The
It's rigged.
Highwayman. Number 9, Umbrella University. Number 8, Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile, which is the Zac Efron movie about that serial killer.
It's rigged.
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy, there you go. Number 7, Triple
You know, I
Frontier.
watched that now I think about it.
Number 6,
thought
The
it was
Witcher. The Witcher.
Yeah, toss a coin to your Witcher.
Number
I still
5.
don't understand that.
What?
The fucking
Witcher?
reference. I see it fucking everywhere.
It's a song.
can't.
It's a song in that one dude plays.
Okay.
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
Number 5 was The Irishman. Number
Heard that.
4 was The Incredibles 2. Number 6 was Six Underground. Number 2 was Stranger Things 3. And number 1 most popular and most watched thing on Netflix last year was Murder Mystery, which is the Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston movie where they go on a honeymoon and someone gets killed, and it's basically a murder mystery movie.
I didn't see it.
It's actually really good. It's pretty funny. So that is good. The most popular
Murder
TV series, number 10, Rising Dion. Number 9, 13 Reasons Why. Number 8, Sex Education. Number 7,
Wasn't bad.
These are shows.
these are TV shows that were released on Netflix, the most popular.
Okay, well, what about why isn't The Witcher on here?
I haven't
I
got
was
to it yet.
looking for the other one.
Probably long before that.
The first one was the most popular of everything. This is just TV shows.
Okay.
So yeah, number 10, Rising Dion. Number 9, 13 Reasons Why. 8, Sex Education.
show.
7, Unbelievable. 6, When They See Us. 2, You Season 2, which that show is phenomenal.
You.
Number 4, Dead to Me. Number 3, The Umbrella University. Number 2 is The Witcher. Number 1 is The Stranger Things 3. And the only differences with movies, number 10 was Secret Obsession. Number 9 was Wreck-It Ralph 2. Number 8 was Spider-Man Into the Spideyverse. And all the rest are the same.
Second best Spider-Man movie.
So
That's enough
that
to
is
say.
all the movie and news. If you want to kick us off, James, with some gaming stuff.
All right. So, do you want to go with the 3 things that I have that are not Pokemon first, or do you want me to go through the fucking giant Pokemon? You want to hit Pokemon first?
Let's get that out of the way, in my opinion. I don't know.
All right. There's a really long for a Nintendo Direct. Pokemon Direct, I should say. Pokemon Direct that happened. It was about 20-some minutes long. Talking about Pokemon, one of my favorite series. So, they started off showing off the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Does anyone remember the Mystery Dungeon games?
I remember the
At all?
Kind of.
DX a little bit.
Not really.
Okay, so
Vaguely.
they were more of like RPGs, but you played as Pokemon. Like they were more like
Show.
I don't want to say traditional RPGs, but you played as the Pokemon and not as trainers. It's
That's
about
cool.
about this kid that somehow turns into a Pokemon and has to figure out how to get, not a Pokemon anymore. And you meet a bunch of Pokemon friends along the way. So it's got this really cool. They they completely remade the game from ground up, especially art style wise. Kind of like what they did with Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening on the Switch. This one has a very, I call it a children's book feel to it. Like it's bright, colorful, heavy lines on the characters. It looks really good. You get turned into a Pikachu. It combines Pokemon Blue and Red rescue teams from the DS and GBA respectively from March 2006, or that came out back in 2006. This is coming out March 6th, 2020. There's a demo available right now that you can play, and your saves transfer over to the main game.
Hmm.
All right, let's get into the bulk of this. All right, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Everyone hates it. I like it. A lot of people like it.
My girlfriend
There-
said it was great. She liked it.
I fucking love Shield. So they're adding the new expansion pass, and some people on Twitter are really mad about it because, well, we'll find out in a little bit. So it's kind of like, you remember when they would release the Pokemon games, there would be 3 of them. Gold, silver. You would have gold and silver, and then you had not platinum. No, platinum was in the DS. Crystal.
Oh, okay.
And then you would have like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and they would just add some more stuff into the game. It would be the same game pretty much, but add more stuff. Get rid of the whole still the original game aspect and just add the new stuff. That's what the expansion pass does. So it's just DLC for the game. You put it onto the save file. Cool. New areas, new gyms, new clothes, new hair, all the new cool stuff. You have cool Gigantamax forms of the Gen 1 starters. So that's really cool. You can make not just Charizard, big and beefy boy, but you could also do that with Venusaur and Blastoise. There's going to be 2 expansions to this expansion pass. There's the Isle of Armor that kind of looks a little bit like Japanese Shogun era, a little bit. It's coming out at the end of June. It focuses on growth. It takes place off the shore of Galar. You kind of become mentored by this one gym leader named Menor Mustard. Each game is going to have different rivals in this. So if you have Pokemon Sword, you're going to get Clara, who is a poison type trainer. And if you have Shield like me, you will have a psychic type trainer named Avery. They showed off the legendary for this expansion called Cubfu, which is a bear cub that also knows Kung Fu. It has, fighting type bear. It evolves into Urshifu, or what was that? How do we pronounce that again? Urshifu. He has 2 fighting styles that you can, when you evolve him, that you can choose which fighting style he wants to go with. There's a single strike form that is fighting in dark, and then there is the rapid strike style, which is fighter in water. So you can kind of place him into your party wherever you kind of need him. Gigantamax styles, and you can choose what style they form into. One of the big things that I had a complaint about with the Sword and Shield is that the big feature of the game was Gigantamaxing your Pokemon and making them big, huge boys. Well, Dynamaxing. Big, huge boys. Well, if you have certain Pokemon, you can do something called Gigantamaxing when you turn them into big, huge boys. So I'm sure you guys have seen on the internet pictures of Snorlax being a big, huge boy, and on his tum-tum, he's got like a road and like some trees and foliage on him. So some Pokemon can actually change forms when they become big, huge boys. Your 3 starters never did that. So now they're going to be able to Gigantamax and look cooler. And the water type Pokemon has a fucking gun. He's got a sniper rifle.
Oh,
So that's cool.
Put
The internet's going
Pokeballs on the fucking table.
Right? Well, he's got a
It's-
sniper rifle. He's sitting up there. He's like, you can run.
He actually
You're
is
just gonna die
on
tired.
top of. He's actually on top of something. And he has a gun, and he's just like about to. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not going to.
Like Wilkes Booth it.
Is going to turn his enemies into JFK. So that's cool.
I'll try to
can't-
save the
glad-
planet.
Glad that's happening. You can add there's stuff that you get. You can add new moves. You can get apricorns that can help you make Pokeballs. So you can make Pokeballs now with this new expansion pass, and you can get XP charms for more XP. The second one is the Crown Tundra. Takes place in the snow. New evolutions. Looks like new legendary birds. It's coming out at the end of autumn. Exploration is the theme. You're a member of the exploration team that has to go to this mountain in the Galar region. Cool. You can actually go into Pokemon dens. So in the base game, you had these max raid battles where you and 3 friends can go up to a Pokemon den and fight a big Chungai of a Pokemon and take him out and hopefully capture him. Well, now, in this new expansion, you'll be able to actually go into said Pokemon den. And what's cool about said Pokemon den is it's kind of like in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, game that I have never played before. It had a thing where you can ride ride one of the legendary Pokemon through the universe, essentially, through time and space. And once you stop at the time and space, you might be able to capture some of your favorite old legendary Pokemons. Well, hey, you go into the Pokedens in this one, you can catch things like Suicune or Zapdos or everyone else. Everyone is here, says Masahiro Sakurai. They also showed off Calyrex, who is the legendary of this Psychic and Grass type Pokemon. Yeah, so more new legendaries. One for sword, one for shield, new battle challenges. Both of the expansions are going to be like the wild areas, vast open areas where you can just run around and like completely explore to your heart's content. Max raid battles with older Pokemon. We're going to be getting more info to come soon. They also announced that more than 200 Pokemon from the previous games are going to be available in this one.
Wow.
So, yeah.
For those that's really trying to catch them all, there you go.
Exactly. We're getting closer and closer there. There's a free update to the base game when this comes out, where you can get those 200 Pokemon. You can get those Pokemon via trades. So if, say, you want those Pokemon, but you don't want to buy the expansion pass, you can still trade for those Pokemon and get them in the base game, which is pretty cool. Then they talked about Pokemon Home, where you could transfer things from different games in a whole ecosystem between, at least for right now, Pokemon Let's Go and Pokemon Sword and Shield. You'll be able to transfer Pokemon to and from. That's coming out February, so next month.
Pretty soon.
Yeah, very soon.
Yeah.
And the thing that people are getting the most pissed off about is that the expansion pass is $30.
Ew.
So, here's my thing about that. This is a little rant time here. The same people that are getting pissed off about the expansion pass being $30 are the same people that were like, "Oh man, I have Pokemon Sapphire. I want to get Emerald so I can do the new stuff and pay, another $40 or yeah, $40, which is how much it was." Or, same with, Ultra
So now
Sun
they
and
have to
Ultra
get the
Moon.
DLC twice for both games, I assume?
You do,
Ooh.
which sucks, but
Isn't that how
Yeah.
Pokemon's always kind of been, though?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been like that the entire time.
They've never
except
had
it used to
DLC, though.
cost- Bingo. It never had DLC before. You had to buy a different fucking game.
Yeah.
You had to buy a completely new game. Start over from scratch,
play the same game, except with one difference.
pretty much.
Yep.
Except with a few extra things here and there.
Yeah.
And one
And-
different legendary Pokemon.
And a few people are really butthurt about this. And I don't understand why. Just be happy, you fucking losers.
Don't have to start the game over.
Exactly. You don't have to start the game over again. But that was the Pokemon. Right now there is an update for those who haven't popped in your Sword and Shield in a bit. There is an update right now on Pokemon Sword and Shield, a free update, where you can go to... shit. I forget what town it is. But at the train station at that town, you get to meet your rival for the expansions. And you can get a Slowpoke. So a Galarian Slowpoke
Nice.
right now for free. So that's cool.
I'm just giving away these guys.
Just giving away Pokemon. All right, so we also have some more news on the Xbox, the Sex Box. So apparently it is going to be, quote, this is from Games Radar, Xbox Series X backwards compatibility. All our games will play up and down for the first few years. So what that means is there really isn't going to be any big or really any exclusives for the Series X.
Yeah,
going
because
to
it's
be
basically it seems like it's literally the same hardware, or you know what I mean? It's the same architecture, just powerful hardware, literally.
Yep.
It's just a
Yeah,
computer,
yeah.
but the new one's a new computer, and
So then,
so
in
everything's going to
theory-
be compatible. It's just you probably shouldn't play these games because it just doesn't have the gut. It's going to run it like crap, right? So
Well,
I
it's
would
more
imagine.
like, from what it sounds like with here during the interview that they had, it looks like you will be able to play and get pretty much the same experience if you were to buy, say, Halo 5 or the new Halo game, Halo 6.
Okay.
On the Xbox One,
Just downscales.
yeah, it won't have all the same features that the Series Xbox, the
Right.
Series, fucking hate that name.
Xbox
Sex
Series
box.
X.
The
The
sex
sex
box,
box.
the butt box will get, if you were to buy it on there. But you'll still be able to play the same game. And
Okay.
also, they are talking a little bit more about, with like Phil Spencer talking a little bit more about the backwards compatibility, how it's going to be pretty much fully backwards compatible with every generation of Xbox. From the original OG Xbox to the 360 to the not OG original Xbox to the Xbox Series X. You'll be able to play everything on there. So that's pretty neat. Hey,
Let's hope
guess
they
what?
stick
We
to
have.
it.
Here's hoping. Apparently, they patented some special tech to make this possible.
Yep.
We'll see how
Wow.
that works. We got more news on this Xbox.
We do.
This Xbox Series X. So, apparently, according to rumors, this thing might have its own Windows mode. So, Jeff, when you're saying that this is just a more powerful computer, you kind of weren't wrong. Rumor has it is that you're going to be able to run natively on here Windows 10,
Interesting.
which means you'll be able to play games from, say, Steam or the Epic Game Store, or if you want an actual good platform, Good Old Games.
Sure can.
Download Good Old Game Galaxy right now.
So
It's better than everything else.
I guess my concern kind of raises with: are you gonna be able to alter anything? Like, what if the graphics card simply can't handle like what you're doing? Like when it comes to like Steam, or not, and like fully playing in like say quote unquote PC mode.
What happens now?
Anything?
Can probably open.
Are
They
you
haven't
able
thought
to
that
switch
far
it out?
ahead.
They haven't
thought
really,
that.
they haven't released
With
any
what
more
Mark said.
information other than that.
And
other
this is
than-
also just a rumor, too.
Yeah.
So
It's
this
just
could
a
be
pre,
completely fake.
Like with what Mark said, like, well, what you do now is you just switch out the graphics card. But if that's gonna be
No, you buy
an
You buy the
integrated
next
graphics-
console.
Yeah, you get the next console, or you just
Oh.
play it on low settings.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it just seems like a.
It's not too much you can do.
Yeah, I know. And a lot of these rumors too are like set by someone from the company to kind of like talk about it. So I honestly think that it probably will be true eventually because obviously PC gaming is so big right now, and your big streamers don't necessarily play on console; they
But
play
don't
on
worry.
PC.
But wait, PC gaming's dying and or dead depending on who you talk to.
True.
It's been dead for years or dying.
What?
Oh yeah, that's been going on for years.
Yeah.
People have been saying PC gaming's either dead or dying.
People
No, that's
people
yeah, that's
legitimately believe that.
no, that's happening to all those people that used to play games with their friends, and then all their friends, just stop playing, and they just feel like this thing
PC
is
gaming's
dying
dying.
because it's just their circle of friends.
So it's not PC gaming is dying. It's adult shit happens.
I don't have friends.
Grow
I
up sometimes.
posted-
It's weird.
I posted in the Level Unlock Discord under news. You have to minimize your thing, but they posted a picture of what the CPU will look like for those who want to look at it. It's the actual CPU of it.
But what's cool about that too, like if it does have like a Windows only or like a Windows mode on here, is that you'll be able to play games that weren't available on the Xbox.
Yeah.
So the big
That's
thing
appealing.
is like the Sony games that are only available on PlayStation and PC. So people will finally be able to play Street Fighter V on the Xbox,
Facts.
or
Right.
play possibly Horizon Zero Dawn if that comes to PC.
Yeah. So
which is still
basically,
rumored.
the PlayStation and the Nintendo are kind of excluding themselves out of a ever being capitalized market. You know, basically PC and Xbox are merging together. So as time continues and these other consoles continue, you know what I mean, as we move into future generations,
There's
Nintendo and
less of a
PlayStation
difference
are,
between the two.
yeah, so that the, you know what I mean? So instead of it being 4 different markets, it's now 3 markets where Xbox / Microsoft have the majority.
Well, and
You know
here's
what I
the
mean?
thing though, like all the companies are slowly starting to work,
Together.
not be complete
Together.
fucks.
Your eyes got real big when you said that.
They're not going to be complete fucks anymore.
Well, the biggest
we're
one was
seeing
Sony,
things-
so
We're
It's-
seeing things like Xbox games coming to the Switch with Cuphead and Ori.
and the
Blind Forest,
xCloud,
and-
when it comes out, will be able to be streamed on a Switch.
That yeah. So and Super Lucky's Tale being those are Xbox stuff on the Switch, and then you see Sony now starting to be like, hey, let's just dump our stuff onto the PC too, like Death Stranding.
Yep.
So it's kind of getting the best of both worlds, of all 3 worlds. Everyone can play everything together.
Which is
I really
nice.
like how one of the things that they say on here on this Games Radar article is talking about being able to play games from like the Epic Games Store on the Xbox One X. It says, quote, "It's especially interesting when you take into account games like Quantic Dreams, Detroit Become Human, or Heavy Rain that were originally PS4 exclusives before coming to PC late last year." That's funny that they're saying that people actually want to play those games.
Yeah,
like
people want
those
to play Heavy Rain.
I like Heavy Rain. I actually
Those-
started playing Heavy Rain.
Those games
Yeah,
are all
but
trash.
Have you actually like played it? Have you
I've
finished
played-
it like once
I've-
before?
This is the first time I'm actually playing like that.
That's
that
what I'm saying.
creator's
It's like,
game.
yeah. Well, once you finish it, you're gonna be like, "Why did I waste so much time doing that?"
Exactly.
Fair enough.
And you're like, "I'm never gonna play this game again."
Well, that's how he wants you to do it. He
So, like,
doesn't
I
want you to play it
enjoyed-
again.
I enjoyed what I played of Beyond Two Souls. I thought that was really interesting. Like separating like dude from art. Like I thought that was a fun concept game. So far, I haven't beat it.
I don't know.
James, why did I offend you? Why do you feel sorry for me?
Beyond Two Souls was the worst of the bunch.
I guess
Played
F
him.
in chat for me.
And hey, finally, the last
Pigos.
thing that I have, I mentioned this earlier during my week. Awesome Games Done Quick happened, the speedrun event that happens every year, beginning of January. June is when there's the Summer Games Done Quick. But with Awesome Games Done Quick, charity donations for Prevent Cancer Research Foundation, a really good cause. They raised a lot of money for this. Does anyone want to take a guess how much money was raised during this event?
3.6 million.
No,
I'm gonna go with
3.3.
I'm gonna go with
No.
2.85.
no,
I was gonna say 1.5.
1.5. Walker, you're the closest. They
much was-
raised $3,131,475 to the Prevent Cancer Research Foundation.
That's awesome.
That is a
That's pretty
record
cool.
It's from the video games.
from them vidges.
I like that idea. Prevent cancer.
It's to help with screening and like basically R&D on
Okay.
different machines to help detect cancer at an earlier stage, so
I
it can
like
be treated.
that way more than the whole idea of help cure cancer because that obviously hasn't done anything, unfortunately.
Mhm.
Actually, they're using sound. It took them. You know how you can break glass with your voice.
So they're going to use sound waves to break down the tumor.
Well, yeah, it took them years to
Yeah,
do it.
but-
This is brand new. They used 2 frequencies like binaural audio, and when the note is or when the cell is in the center of it, it causes it to rupture. So yeah, it's pretty neat, pretty freaking cool.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome,
now,
though.
yeah, now we got to see
How
Years
the
to find
Summers
right
does.
frequencies.
yeah, now we got to see how Summer Games Done Quick 2020 does.
Uh,
I will say that there are if you want to watch this event, there are 2 events to watch. One is the what was it? The Punch Out 2 players, 1 controller blindfolded run, where they beat Mike
What the-
Tyson's Punch Out on the NES. 2 people playing on 1 controller, and they were blindfolded. They ended up beating it.
What?
That's
Fucking
awesome.
hype as shit ever.
That's a thing that can be done.
Yeah. They do a lot of things like that. They do blindfolded Mario runs.
Can't even.
It's gotta
Can't even
believe.
beat that guy with the game with a tutorial video next to me.
They do ones where you preset they preset Mario. So they literally do like up down A B up down, and they preset it and they beat Mario by doing that. They don't touch a controller. They don't touch the controller at all. They just push the buttons for the whole entire game before they turn on the system. The robot then simulates what they just did and it plays the whole game out based on what
Yeah,
they
scripted
did.
runs.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, that's fucking
And
awesome.
then the second one that everyone here listening and everyone here in this group should watch is the Super Mario World 2 players, 1 mind, 11 exit run.
Huh.
So this may sound confusing, all right, but hear me out here. So an 11 exit run is you beat the game only exiting 11 levels, which is completely doable. It's not too bad. The thing that's bad about it is that they used a ROM hack where 2 guys would be holding the controllers, 2 controllers, and the game would constantly alternate control between player 1 and player 2. It would just flip-flop the controls. So, like, you'll be walking right, pressing right on the D-pad, and then, boom, you don't control it anymore. The next person, the second player controls it now, and then flips back and forth. They played it on what's called hard mode, which every 30 frames, controls switched. So every half a second, because that game runs at a 60 frames per second, every half second controls switched. And they had to beat the game. They beat that fucking game.
That's wild.
Wow.
They didn't really practice either.
Just
So
the
they're
amount of
just relying on-
synchronization you have to have for something like that's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of yelling back and forth at each other because one person didn't do something or almost did something that was bad. It was a fantastic run.
That's bad.
It was pretty wild.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's it for that I have.
So 2 huge things I forgot for movie news or TV news. One, I was talking about Lizzie McGuire. They have stopped production on the Lizzie McGuire reboot after 2 episodes.
No.
I'm fucking offended.
Yeah, they stopped it after 2 episodes. Supposedly, rumors have that no one is getting along, so they have halted production until everyone can settle their differences and figure out a strategy to continue. Second thing,
That's tough.
Family Guy
That's
and
tough.
all of Seth MacFarlane's shows are going to NBC. Seth MacFarlane yesterday signed a $200 million deal with NBC. So no Family Guy after this season will be moving to NBC. His other show is going over there, as well as American Dad, the Cleveland Show, whatever else he does.
It's gonna go to fucking Peacock.
We'll go to the
Yeah,
we'll go to
it's
the
gonna go to-
Peacock TV.
Looks like I'm getting
Family
Peacock
Guy will be
TV.
taken off of Netflix and Hulu, and it'll be streamed only on the Peacock TV. And then next year, sometime, Family Guy will air on actual NBC TV. So I don't know how that will do because NBC doesn't have any animated TV shows. It'll be NBC's first animated TV series. So we'll see if it actually does good.
I don't know.
Looking.
So Hopefully that wasn't a bad move for him, but
It definitely wasn't a bad move for him.
No,
He made
not a
money.
little bit.
He made money regardless of what happens. It's
And
kind of
they
like
can't
Ninja.
Just take away the contract.
It's like Ninja. Like, even if he gets like 4 viewers on Mixer, doesn't matter. He's still making bank.
and people were wondering why The Simpsons was on Disney Plus and not Family Guy, because they're both a part of Fox. It is now confirmed that it's not on Family Guy because Disney and Fox knew that Seth MacFarlane was in negotiations with NBC. So
Okay.
instead of them putting it on Disney Plus and having to take it back off, they just didn't put it on there at all. So that is why Family Guy was not on there and The Simpsons was.
Boy, I love
Weird.
shitty Simpsons.
So yeah,
Simpsons.
we'll see how that plays out for him.
Simpsons.
He'll also be making content specifically for the Peacock TV. It is rumored that it'll be another animated TV series that is streamed strictly on Peacock TV.
It'll be the same goddamn show.
We'll see there,
Probably.
bud. Yeah,
It'll be
probably.
the same- Man, Seth MacFarlane has this down to a science.
Yeah.
He has his TV shows down to a fucking science.
Like all the
all
same
kid-
voices, different
It's all
characters. Let's
cookie
fucking do it.
cutters. It's all cookie cutters.
Another comedy with the same exact voices and semi-separate people. Let's do it. Like
It's
Peter
weird
Griffin
that
and the dad on American Dad. Same fucking person.
And then even the Cleveland
Yeah,
show is the
Seth
same fucking
MacFarlane.
show.
Yep.
The only thing that is actually a little bit different is Bob's Burgers,
I hate
Yeah.
that show.
because it doesn't have a talking animal in it.
That's true. Yeah, that's going to NBC as
what?
well. All of his shows are. Bob's Burgers.
Or a non-human talking character in it. Because you got to think, okay? So, or, yeah, talking animal. So, like, Family Guy has Brian Griffin. American Dad has the
Alien.
Nazi fish.
The alien and the Nazi.
The alien fish Nazi
Klaus.
guy. And then Cleveland show has the fucking bear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that still a show? Is Cleveland show still
No,
on?
they-
I think
got
it was
canceled.
canceled a while ago.
It got canceled.
Oh,
They came
Jesus
back
Christ,
around
good.
Season 10.
Yeah, it got canceled.
Yeah,
It got canceled when Cleveland went back onto Family Guy.
because they had a whole episode where they were ripping on him, and they were like, they just gave him a big ass thing of DVDs. It's like, this is what you missed when you were gone.
Yeah.
I-
Show is
there's-
super meta.
There is a Twitter account that I follow and I look at every once in a while, and it's called like Family Guy Funny Clips. And I'm like, this is the only way that I still kind of
Can
stay
watch
up
it.
with the show. Yeah. And I look at these funny clips.
I haven't
And I
watched
look
Family
at 'em
Guy in a
like-
minute.
I'm like, my God, I'm an idiot for thinking this was funny.
I mean, I still like Family Guy. I listen to Family Guy to go to bed.
I feel 200 million's low. But don't you think Family Guy is worth more than $200 million at this
Not
point?
anymore.
Probably.
anymore.
Its
wouldn't think
ratings are still
May-
fairly high.
Maybe in its like first 10 seasons, but now,
Family
Like, I
Guy,
have-
American
I
Dad,
watch
Bob's
it.
Burgers.
Well,
I feel that's
it's-
more than
it's kinda
200
like-
million.
It's kind of like if CBS was to go to Matt Groening and be like, "Hey, I want to take The Simpsons and put it on our channel," and Matt Groening's like, "Okay, how much are you gonna pay me?" And they go $200 million. He'd probably be like, "Sweet, no givesies backsies."
I feel that's like a billion.
Because
That's
that
like
show
at least
is-
$1 billion TV show, isn't it?
No,
You
anymore.
don't think so?
No.
The Simpsons?
If this was like 90, like 89 to like, I would say
99.
2000, 2001, 2002, that
to
would
the
be
Simpsons
like,
movie.
that would be like,
The $1 billion
wow,
movie.
they got a deal.
Yeah,
CBS got a steal.
What a steal.
I guess maybe. So yeah, I forgot to mention both of those. Those were kind of big. I can't believe I forgot the Family Guy thing. Anyways, some video game news for me. Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming out in 2.5 months.
Yeah,
Get hyped.
finally. Still don't not believe it's coming out. not coming out.
Supposedly, some people have found a demo. They
They released a demo in Japan.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
And so through that, they actually released bits and pieces because someone actually, I guess, hacked into the game. I don't know how you hack into a game and see other parts of the game. It kind
There
of
are
blows my mind. but supposedly they did, and they saw everything. I'm not going to talk about that. I didn't read it because I don't want to spoil it myself. But one part that came
It's
up.
Final Fantasy VII. This game came
Yeah,
out in
you've already played it.
1997.
Yeah, that's true.
You've already
Um,
played it.
But one part that I did read is that if you played the game, there is a mission where you basically become a woman to save Tifa from a prostitute.
The best
whorehouse.
goddamn part of that game.
That is in this game. So you have to go around, find a dress, find a wig, find panties.
You gotta compete in a push-up competition, or no, a burpee competition against a buff dude to get
a pair
the
of
dress or
no,
was
it was a pair of panties.
yeah, pair of panties.
Because basically you
Or
go
no,
to
it
a
was
gym.
the wig. It was the wig.
Was it the wig? Yeah, you go to
because
a
everyone's bald.
yeah, you go to a gym with a bunch of buff dudes in speedos, and you ask them, "Hey, do you guys happen to have a wig?" And everyone says, "Yes, I got a wig, but you got to fight me for it." And Cloud's like, "I don't want to fight." And they're like, "Okay, let's do a burpee contest." So you just do up, down, up, down, up, down
Yeah.
to get the wig, and then you go to a strip club. That's where you get the panties. It's
Yeah.
a strip club. Yes, this is a Final Fantasy game that is rated T for teen, by the way.
It's the same motion, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Well, it was
So-
a little different when it was
1997.
yeah, when the graphics were,
Everyone looked like they had Popeye arms.
right.
But yeah, you see Cloud in this dress
Bunch
with the
of
wig
squares put together.
and boobs, and it's that that is actually in the game. So this game is still going to be rated T for teen. I don't see them going to M for mature.
It won't go M for mature. It's already
Yeah.
yeah, it won't. I think it's under. It's in Japan. I do believe it's already rated under the Sarah rating of, I think C,
I think
which
so.
is basically RT for teen.
Next thing, Star Wars: The Star Wars: The Fallen Jedi.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just mixing all the fucking names of the movies together.
Sekiro Shadows Die Jedi.
Star Wars.
So the Star Wars game.
Jedi Die
Lucasfilms wanted the game to be way different. Lucasfilms actually wanted this to be linked to the movies that just released. Luckily,
Bad.
the gaming
They
side
weren't?
of it came in and said no.
Respawn was like, no, we're not doing it.
Yeah, no,
Like,
they.
You guys don't even know what you're fucking doing with the movies.
Exactly. You guys don't know what you're doing with the movies. Fuck off.
Yeah, no, they wanted a very, very different game that was more based towards these newest movies, and Activision said absolutely not. Speaking of Star Wars, they have rumored.
EA, you mean? Not Activision.
Yeah,
EA.
sorry, EA. And speaking of Star Wars movies, another piece that I forgot, it is rumored the 2022 movie, the next series, will be based off of Star Wars: The Old Republic.
No. It's rumored to be the High Order, which is like 600 years prior. It takes place
Well,
after
in
the
that
Old Republic stuff.
time frame,
Way
basi-
after the Old Republic stuff.
basically they're going back to the origins of Star Wars and the Jedi and the Sith and all that stuff. They're going backwards. So it is something that people wanted, and that's something they were doing.
Once they
Very
figured out how to
excited
use
for
lightsabers without like battery packs attached to them.
Exactly. So, yeah, they are
Maybe a
doing that.
steampunk themed one, basically.
And supposedly, this Star Wars game, according to the creators in Lucasfilms, that because they didn't go the direction they wanted, that this game, potentially down the road, will lead to a new series of Star Wars movies where they're kind of similar, where it tells backstories of characters that weren't in the movies, such as this guy, what the hell was his name?
Darth Bane, Malgus, Malak.
No, the character from The Force Unleashed.
Oh, Snoke.
No.
Star Killer.
No, not Star Killer.
Yeah, Star Killer.
But
Yeah.
he's
Darth
non-canon.
Icky?
Well, but like characters like that. So they are hoping that eventually they can make spin-off movies that are based off of characters like this from the Fallen Order and Star Killer. It's not said that they will, but they are hoping to push that towards the future, so that can be a thing. Because people like these games so much, why not make it a
Yeah,
movie?
Force Unleashed was good.
So they are hoping they eventually can get there. They don't know if they'll actually be able to.
Man, I remember when they said that they were taking a break from Star Wars movies.
They are
And then,
2022.
Fucking 2 years later. That's not a break.
It's a 2-year hiatus.
They're probably working on it right now.
Oh, they are.
Like that is a that's like a production cycle.
Yeah, they are working on it right now. So yeah, but it'll be based in the olden times of Star Wars. Call of Duty 3v3. The next update will be available in Gunfight. 1v1 Gunfight is currently active. So you want to see how good you are against one other person? Now is the time. 1v1 Gunfight. Instead of playing you in Rust or 1v1 me in a build battle in Fortnite, let's 1v1 me in some Call of Duty Gunfight, shall we?
1v1 me on Rush, you fucking.
So that is coming, as well as Season 2 will be releasing in 25 days. So for those who got Season 1, it is almost time for Season 2.
You're going to have to pay for Season 2 soon.
Yep. So your $10 that you paid for before will now be null and void. You got to pay for it again, and you reset to level 55.
So now you'll have to pay $80 for this shit.
So that is a heads up.
All optional. I mean,
you don't have to pay, but if you want the extra stuff,
you pay $80 for this shit.
So last October, there was some talks, but it never actually came about anything. It's been a minute. It's been about a year and a half since we received another Assassin's Creed game. About a year and a half.
Yeah,
so
I'm starting to get that Assassin's Creed itch, that yearly Assassin's Creed itch. What the hell?
So October they were talking about a game. That's maybe Vikings and Activision, not Activision. Ubisoft was like, no, we're not releasing any games. Until 3 days ago, Activision, I keep saying Activision, Jesus. Ubisoft has come out and said Assassin's Creed Ragnarok will be coming out next year. It is based on the Vikings. It is cross-generation, cross-platform, co-op, and will also have the largest open map in the history.
I don't think it'll do well.
That means there's more nothing that I can do in that.
They're making these games physically too big. The majority of people get about 40%. And like, people stop playing the game because you get lost in quests and shit, and you just fucking give up because it's like, I can't fucking remember.
It's just like all of their talking points that they have about this new game, they've done in previous games. And now they're just like, oh, we're going to put it all together in one franchises. Game. Yeah.
Because that's what they turned Far Cry into.
The biggest saving grace they could possibly give these games is to do a GTA-like multiplayer, but just free-running assassins, and that would be fucking phenomenal.
Yep,
I would have a great goddamn time.
That would be fun.
Assassin's
Didn't they do that for like a minute?
I think that was Revelations did that.
Revelations
the four-player.
Like
sort
that,
of.
Though. It was 4. You could do up to 4. You could do up to like technically 8 because you could do like the hide and seek.
Sure,
my personal turn into like characters, and you would be running around and just basically find the liar, kind of like how Deceit was essentially.
It's like prop hunt.
More or less, yeah. It was basically hide as best as you can and blend in with like the NPCs. Like,
keep going.
That's
Sorry.
kind of what they promised in Watch Dogs. That's what we were originally promised, and then they gave bullshit the goddamn online was. I was very upset about that.
I was very
Hopefully they
upset
can
about every
save
part
it
of
with
that game.
I like the storyline. Like the storyline was fine.
It is said that more will be released next month at PlayStation 5's meeting. You will be able to drop in and out of online co-op with up to 4 different players, which is pretty cool. You can lead a small band of fellow Vikings. It is also notable that this map will be such large scale that full-scale real-time wars will take place across the whole entire open world.
Wow, Kingdom Come Deliverance does that.
Just like in Elder Scrolls 4.
But yeah, they said this will be one of the largest open world games in history.
This will probably be just as buggy as Elder Scrolls 4.
Do you think it's gonna be like as massive as Death Stranding?
All it says right now they have more to come, but essentially notable points made by the game's map. Essentially, it is all of Northern Europe, including Paris, all of London, and York.
Oh my god, so we're getting fucking Assassin's Creed, not only Unity, but Assassin's Creed Liberations 2 as well with
So,
this.
basically, think of it, yeah, pretty much. It's you have all of Paris and all of London to explore in
Wasn't
one
that the
game.
Vita
Or Syndicate.
game?
Syndicate.
I
Syndicate.
was gonna say, wasn't like the Vita or the PSP the Liberation one?
I think it was the Vita.
Yeah, it's been, and also it's cross generation. PS4 can play with PS5, Xbox One can play with Xbox Series X. They said as well when it does get released. So yeah, more to come about this game next month.
And Nate, yeah, it probably will be, I would say, around the same size, if not a little bigger, as of Death Stranding. But
Jesus
here's the
fuck.
thing: Death Stranding is actually enjoyable to walk around the world because that's your obstacle is walking.
Okay. I mean, like Vikings, and I mean, I feel like if they do it right, this game could have potential. But it's Ubisoft, and it's not going to be right, maybe for the next like year and a half, 2 years.
Give me another Splinter Cell game, you fucking cowards.
Honestly, dude, I
Uh,
miss Splinter Cell.
next piece I have is for James for RE3 make. A
Woo!
couple different things on this. They actually released a lot over the last couple days about this because it does come out in a couple months. And with that, because how they released it, and then with the release date being so soon, that they did promise that the RE3 producers promised there will be no delay in this game. It will be released on time.
No, delay it as much as you want. I don't care. I want it to be a good game.
Yeah, they said they promised there will be 0 delays. It'll have no bugs, and it'll work perfect. So with that,
Hard to believe.
RE3 make will not follow the source material as closely as RE2 did, according to Capcom. So I'm assuming by what they say by this is if you take the original RE2 and compare it to the RE2 remake, how close are they, James?
Pretty damn similar.
Okay.
They follow most of the same story beats, but add some extra stuff to it, like the basement.
So, according to the comments made by Capcom, they will not follow the source material as closely. Several aspects of RE3 have undergone a very large makeover, but stress that these changes were not made without reason to make the game different and fun, as well as keeping the same concept as the original game. So there may be some different additives.
Yeah, probably. I know Carlos is actually going to be fully playable in this, and he's going to have kind of like his own storyline, which we didn't really see much of Carlos in RE3, the original. So that's probably one of the biggest things that they're going to add to it. Maybe exploring Raccoon City a little more, or maybe opening up the police station, the RPD, more.
And 2 more things I have for this. Nemesis will be smarter and more unpredictable than Mr. X, Capcom says. So,
Yeah,
go
so Tyrant, or not Tyrant, Nemesis in RE3, the original, is basically what Mr. X was in RE2 remake. In the original RE2, Mr. X didn't actually follow you around the map or anything like that. He showed up in scripted areas during scripted spots and then would just be gone after that. While in 3, Nemesis did kind of follow you around the map, not to the extent of RE2's remakes, Mr. X, but still in kind of like the same vein. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know how much they can improve on it because Mr. X was perfect. His AI and everything was perfect in 2 remake.
yeah, it says they confirm that he will not be operating in scripted sequences as before, but he will be there on his own terms, thanks to an evolved version of Mr. X AI tech from Resident Evil 2. They said that this version of Nemesis, they took some elements of him and expanded on it, making Nemesis his own brand of terror and relentless pursuer who can actually use weapons.
The
So-
scariest thing about Nemesis is that they added a nose to him in this one.
So
gave him a nose.
the only person that might know what I'm talking about here is James, but is he basically gonna be the stalker from Warframe?
Kinda.
Okay, because like the stalker, that's exactly how he was. He's like he pursues you. You never know when he's actually gonna show up, and then he's like, "Eh, I'm gonna fuck you up," or like, "I'm here to talk to you about some shit." Like you're gonna be scared.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
He's like what Mr. X was in RE2.
I'm like I,
I
I'm
know
a
you never
virgin
played
for
it, but
Ari.
yeah.
So
You've
last
only played
piece.
the bad ones.
Yeah.
For those who remember, Resident Evil Resistance is also being released with a Resident Evil 3 make. Essentially, it is that multiplayer.
Do you want me to explain it? Because I played it.
Yeah, go ahead, and I'll expand on it
Alright,
in a second.
So it's
Metal
it's
Gear
the 4v1. What?
I said Metal Gear Survive ?
No.
No.
No, I still haven't played that. No, this is a 4v1 asymmetric multiplayer game where you have the 4 survivors that have to get to the end of the area to escape by going through different rooms and solving different puzzles along the way, while an overseer is controlling different cameras and placing down different obstacles throughout the map, or even controlling different obstacles throughout the map to impede the progress of the survivors. It's a lot of fun. When I played the closed beta, I was so extremely shocked when they said that was not going to be its own standalone game.
Yep, and I am shocked as well. They have announced that Resident Evil Resistance is the same size as RE3. It'll be a 50 to 60 gig game
Doesn't surprise me.
on top of the 60 gig game that you were getting with RE3.
Doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
So you are getting 2 full-fledged games for the one price, which I am shocked they were doing that. Yeah, they just announced the size, and yeah, the Resident Evil Resistance is the same size as Resident Evil 3.
Sounds like a game that's super dope to get for free, but it doesn't sound like a game a lot of people buy if it was on
Resident Evil fans, I think, would get it 100%.
It's not held in the same regard as 2, but there's a lot of people that love 3.
Yep.
Okay.
3 is a good game.
And then
3
because of
was
how good 2 did...
The resistant part of it.
Oh, the resistance part? Probably not.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
That, like, if it was like a $30 game, I'm sure people would snatch that up in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But
for $60, I don't think it would
It
stand.
would have been a tough sell.
Okay. It seems
yeah,
like a
so
lot of fun. It's
Kind of
just
like a
not
buy
enough
one, get
fun.
one free concept. You get the one, you
Yeah.
get the other.
Basically, there's no reason not to buy Resident Evil 3 if you have any inkling on either the story mode or the multiplayer.
Okay.
A couple more things that I got. GTA 5 has, not themselves, but for GTA 5, who remembers playing Vice City?
I do.
Who liked
Oh
it?
yeah.
I loved it.
You can now play a full-fledged 4K remastered version of Vice City that is a mod for GTA 5.
Nice.
It turns GTA 5 essentially into Vice City.
Nice.
What?
Yeah, it is a frame-for-frame remake 4K version of Vice City that you can import into GTA 5.
So
Do you do that for,
download
like-
it now.
Do you do that through like the normal side of things, or is that through like 5?
However you import mods into the game. I don't know how you do that.
Okay, so 5M, I imagine.
Yeah.
Probably.
So yeah, that is a fully remastered mod. You can play all of Vice City.
Jeff looks like he's looking this shit up right the fuck now. He's like super into it.
I've never
Yeah,
seen
me
this man
too.
type so fast.
Shit.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot comes out this Friday. Me and James are gonna get it. A couple things about this game, which I didn't know. Who's all played Final Fantasy 15? So you guys know how you ate and it gave you special XP perks and you had to refuel. So that is actually in this game. So you are required to eat. You can either land in camp, go to a random village and eat, and it gives you experience points, it gives you health, and bonus perks. And
Goku eats people out of house and home.
pretty much. And throughout the game, so you know how most games like this, you just go on and you upgrade automatically, and the game equivalates your power to the power of the enemy. So this is not like that. You actually have to level up as
Good.
you progress, because you know how Goku trains in real life? Well, in the game, well, in the TV show, he trains. You have to train in the game to get stronger. If you
It's
don't
a
train in the game to get
traditional-
stronger, you can't fight the opponents.
It's a traditional JRPG.
Yeah.
Style.
So-
It
not
looks
Western
great.
RPG.
Not gonna
So,
lie. It looks...
I didn't know that at first, so I don't know. You might have known that, James, but I didn't know that until a couple days ago. That if
I
you
didn't
don't
know
level up, you essentially can't beat the enemies as the game goes on.
No, I'm sure there's
You probably could.
I was gonna
But-
say there has to be some form of
motherfuckers
Speedrun
have
strat.
found
jump over.
Yeah,
everything.
motherfuckers have probably found a way. They found a way to beat Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep on the max level difficulty at level 1. So
That is true.
people are gonna find a way. Just it's gonna take a lot of time.
People
yeah.
speed run and 100% speed run fucking Bloodborne, Dark Souls. So there's got to be a way.
There's
Oh, yeah.
8-hour goddamn speed run of Final Fantasy VIII. I'm sure people can figure out how the fuck to speed run this without having to level up once.
Yeah, I guarantee
Yeah.
it'll be some kind of challenge. But for the regular people that are playing it, you have to train. You either go to Kami's Tower and go inside of the hyperbolic
Kami.
time chamber, or you just
I'm
fight,
purple now,
or you
Kami.
just duel your friends. So that's kind of cool. Quick couple more things. Overwatch and Apex pro players are developing a charity that is going to release skins into the game, and if you buy the skins, the money goes to fire relief for
Good.
Australia.
Australia. So
Everything's on fire there still. Please help
Yes.
them.
So yeah, they will be releasing special skins in Apex and Overwatch that if you buy that, the money only goes to fire relief, which
They're
is
doing
awesome.
The same with COD.
Oh, are they?
I'll buy some. I'll buy some shit. Why not?
Yeah, that's the only time I would buy skins. Is if it's going to like a really good cause like that, I will fucking buy skins.
Doom and Doom 2 just got a free update that makes it 60 frames. That makes it 60 frames per second.
Both not so we're talking about Doom 1 and 2 for the PS4, Xbone in like
PC.
the big collection, and then the PC versions as well.
Yeah, you
Well-
can now play them in 60 frames per second. The games that
was
were
it? I
available
think-
for DOS.
I think what was it? I think Halloween last year, John Romero released like a new episode 4 for I think it was like Doom 1 or 2.
Really?
Like he made an entire new episode for
That's
Doom
awesome.
2, I think it was. And just released it free.
That's dope.
DLC for my stupid old game.
So the last quick piece thing that I have, the Silent Hill 2 and 3 art director is working on a new game. He has not talked about what it is,
E-Toy.
but he is hoping that he can release more information soon, and he said he cannot confirm or deny if it is related to Silent Hill or not, which it probably is not, but so we'll see.
Well, you don't know about that. I mean, watch me
PT
just
their
another...
actual release, please.
No, never gonna happen.
Oh,
Never gonna happen because Kojima and Del Toro. Well, Kojima has nothing to do with it anymore. It's-
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
What I want is just fucking remake. Give it the Resident Evil 2 treatment or the Resident Evil 1 treatment of like the first like 4 Silent Hills. Just remake them from the ground up, make them look nicer, give them more. Well, I feel like Silent Hill would lend better to modern day than Resident Evil, the original Resident Evils, because they don't use hand controls.
Yeah, he says that in a joking tweet, he says he hopes it doesn't get canceled, referencing the breakup between Kojima and Konami. So he says that someone asked him if it is a similar title or similar game to Silent Hill, and he says he can't confirm or deny. So who knows?
So yes, that means it's yes.
So we'll all see. And that's all I got.
Hey,
You want to talk about some releases, James, that are either
Yeah.
the next week or what's coming out in 2020? Because it is a new decade, a new year.
I got some stuff.
Oh, what do you got,
Oh, what do you
Schroeder?
I didn't mention it earlier.
Sorry, I didn't know that. My bad.
Yeah, I didn't. I just wanted to throw out something real quick. It's just for like the streamers out there, you know.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, putting together these overlays and stuff. There's a couple tools out there that are pretty handy to just kind of know about. So I won't spend much time on them, but when you get a chance, I'd recommend to, go to YouTube and what is these things, and I don't know, you might find them handy. So the first one's just it is called Snaz, and it generates a text document that your OBS looks at and imports, well, basically the text. Really handy for timers and for, actually, that's all I've used it for, timers so far. But I bet you can do other things with it. But something worth checking out. Snaz, pretty cool little tool to use with your streaming. Another one is Rain Meter. There's a lot of people out there that actually make overlays for this thing. But if you recall from the Vista days, what were the widgets? Basically, it gives you the ability to produce those. Kind of handy for, I use it for an audio meter that wraps around my logo when I'm doing like going live soon videos and stuff. Kind of just beats, bounces to the beat. It's pretty neat, but pretty cool little thing there. VisiBubble, I think, is the one I use for that bouncing beat audio meter thing. And then another one, if you're not already, Pretzel.rocks, handy program service thing that it basically gives you copyright-free music to play during your shows and etceteras. Another neat feature in it is very similar to Snaz, where you can export the name of the, have the program export or produce a document that updates it as songs change. Thus, as the songs change, it actually changes on your screen using a text source in OBS. So kind of handy stuff to just know about. And that's kind of that. Okay.
I just happened to look at how fucking stacked March is.
What with releases?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big. And thanks, Schroeder, for that. Some really, really good input.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing, too, as a streaming community and a community in general. One thing we got to make present to kind of help each other out, to kind of help our streams and little tweaks and turns to improve ourselves. So Schroeder's very good at that, too. Oh, by the way, guys, for anyone, not people I hate, sorry. He's good at it, too, because he's been streaming forever as well with YouTube, but Splash Screen Gaming, sorry. There we go. But let's talk about some releases, man.
All right, so it looks
What we
like
got
this week there really isn't a whole lot, and there really isn't a whole lot here on release for stuff coming out this year. But tomorrow on the 14th, we have Atelier, Aisha, the Alchemist of Dusk DX coming out on the Switch, PC, and PS4. Don't know what that is. Oh, and there are 3 Atelier games coming out on the 14th for the PC, PS4, and Switch. Whoa, boy howdy. That's
James,
the first boy howdy of the year.
If you don't have a thing that has a lot of games for the future, if you minimize the podcast, I have a GameSpot article that has all the release dates.
Hey, you could talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Those are all coming out on the 14th. Really not a whole lot coming out this week. Honestly, nothing too crazy until
Friday.
we get to Friday, where Dragon Ball Z Kakarot comes out on pretty much everything except for the Switch. Tokyo Mirage Session Cross FE Encore, the Fire Emblem JRPG, coming out on the Switch. That's really it. And then next month there still isn't like a super huge amount. But March, there's Final Fantasy VII, there's Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rangers, Team DX, coming out 3 days apart from each other. We got Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Neo 2, fucking Animal Crossing New Horizon, Persona 5 Royal.
Doom 64 is coming out. And Doom Eternal.
Do people really care about those, though?
Doom Eternal's a big one.
I mean, honestly, though, with everything else coming out, do people really care about Doom Eternal?
Hey, you're big Doom fans.
Everyone's going to be busy playing Final Fantasy VII.
True.
Or Animal Crossing. Everyone's going to be too busy playing those and not Doom.
And then Half-Life comes out in March as well, the VR Half-Life.
Yeah, that's going to be neat.
There's a new Bubble Bobble game coming out in sometime this year? Whoa. Yeah, so that's. I mean, there's too much, man. We'll
Yeah, there's a
learn
lot.
everything that's coming out this year at E3.
Hey, Aimright cares about Doom coming out.
I'm surprised in
I'm
February
excited
you
for
didn't
it,
talk
though.
about the Yakuza collection coming out in February, or did you say that?
Fucking hell! I forgot about
I was
that.
gonna say you missed that. That's a
Shit.
big one. Yeah, the all you Yakuzas.
What, they're coming out in like one box?
Yeah, all the games. PS4 only, though.
3, 4, and 5 are coming to the PS4.
Yep.
They're getting released in a big package. They're already out right now, except for 5.
Um,
Fucking hell!
I completely forgot about that. I was like,
I forgot about one of my favorite gaming franchises.
he's gonna be so mad when I tell him this. February also, for those who care, Zombie Army 4. Basically, it's another Left 4 Dead type concept where you just have to survive hordes of zombies. Big whoop.
It's Sniper Elite.
Oh.
Oh, it's zombies.
April, Ari. So, James already listed a ton of games, and I know he's getting them all. So that's in March. So James probably up to like 8 games by March. April, that's another big month. April, Resident Evil 3.
Mm-hmm.
April 16th, Cyberpunk 2077.
Mm-hmm.
And not that he'll play this, but for those who care, Gear Tactics on Xbox and PC, which I forget what Gears Tactics is.
It's think of XCOM but with Gears of War.
That's what it is. And then for the Minecraft lovers, Minecraft Dungeons comes out in April as well, which is huge. And May, you have Marvel's Avengers, you have Wastelands 3, you have Maneater, and Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
And Maneater, if you don't know, it's a shark simulator where you're a shark.
Oh, fuck. And then what is it? Is it February? Yeah, February 14th, Dreams comes out. And
Yeah.
February 18th, Vanquish comes out. And the original Bayo.
Yeah, no, that's a big one. June, obviously, the Sword and Shield expansion, as well as other big games coming out this year. 12 Minutes. It is that survival game where every 12 minutes the game resets, and you have to basically solve the mystery before the 12 minutes time's up. Otherwise, the game keeps going, and every 12 minutes a guy comes in and kills you.
That
Oh,
game
the
does
end-
sound pretty cool.
It does. The end of the month, Warcraft 3 Reforged comes out. Warcraft 3 is really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's coming out. Bravely Default 2 is coming out for the Switch. Death Stranding is coming out for the PC. Digimon Survive. It is the new age Digimon game. Like the old Digimon games where you could play as the Digimon. And you have to survive.
Digimon are the champions.
I like Digimon, so hopefully it's good.
Digital monsters,
Dying
are the
Dying
champions.
Light 2 comes out. Evil Genius 2 comes out, for those who care. Evil Genius World Domination, for those who ever played Evil Genius 1. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered is coming to the PS4 and Switch. Gods and Monsters.
Crystal Chronicles isn't that good.
Ghost of Tsushima
Oh,
coming out in
God damn it,
August.
I forgot about that too.
November, Halo Infinite,
I'll show
As
you a
well
fucking
as-
Infinite.
the new Xbox, and PS4.
Five.
PS5, yeah, sorry. Lego Star Wars, the complete Skywalker collection, will be out in October. Little Nightmares 2.
That'd be cool.
That's I think that's a game that you would. I don't know if you ever played Little Nightmares, Schroeder, but that's a
Yeah, I got a full playthrough on my YouTube channel.
Microsoft Flight Simulator comes out in July. For those who care about that.
I wonder if you can
And
use those as credits like you were able to before, because I know like to get your like pilot's license, you could have like with some of the older flight simulator games, you were able to play those and use that as credits.
Yeah, actually, I had
Towards-
somebody say that they did that when they came in to Best Buy.
Mhm.
And the last two big games, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Quarantine, where it is, I think that's a PvE game,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Think of World War Z. They're
Yeah.
probably good.
And Watch Dogs Legions also comes out the end of this year. It was supposed to come out in March, but they have since pushed it back because they are not ready to release the game. So it is
It's also
rumored.
coming. It's confirmed coming out for PlayStation 5 and Series X.
Yeah, so it'll most likely be out in November. And then Werewolf the Apocalypse Blood Earth. So for
What?
those who like the werewolf games.
I've never heard of those games.
Werewolf is... I'm trying to think of what the type of game it is. It's like the Walking Dead type game.
Oh, Telltale games?
Yeah.
Oh, Wolf Among
Isn't
Us.
Telltale dead?
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant to
Yeah,
say.
the Wolf Among Us season 2. They sort of kind of are, but sort of kind of are not.
I thought they did close, or did they come
They
back?
closed, then someone bought them, and now using all those people as temps,
Okay.
so they don't have to, like really pay them or, give them insurance or anything like that.
Huh.
I'm kind of excited for the Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga. I like those games. Well, that's a look forward to the
Is
future.
that the only thing you're excited about?
Well, no, but Final
After all
Fantasy
those
VII,
fucking bangers.
Halo. I'm kind of.
It's
Do
gonna
I,
be free,
do I
man.
not?
It's gonna be with the Game Pass.
Probably.
No, it will.
Will we?
More than like,
Yeah, it will.
I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, it would make sense that it would be. So, Final Fantasy 100%, Dragon Ball Z 100%. I honestly want to. I'm interested in Resident Evil, but I need to finish. I need to get one and play two.
Nut. Okay.
So,
All right. Hold the phone there, Chief. All right. So
Did someone just nut?
I verbally nutted.
Oh, okay.
I verbally
you don't
nutted.
really, yeah. You don't really need. You do. It's play 3 takes place right before 2, and 1. I mean, you can read about it because 1. I know you're not gonna like 1. Walker, I know for a fact. I've known you long enough. You're not gonna like Resident Evil 1.
Okay. True.
You're gonna hate the controls.
I do. I hate the controls in that game. It's kind of the main reason I never went back to it.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
true. But yeah, that's
So
that's what I
the
got.
podcast.
Yeah, and I agree. That's what
Guys,
that's a cast of the pod, boys. We'll save the streams, socials for the end here, but let's go through you guys. I guess we'll start with James. We'll start with you first. Where can we find you once again, and what are you going to be playing the next couple weeks?
All right,
The next
so
week,
you
I
know
should
that
say. But
next week. Tomorrow, I'm pretty much this week. This week is dedicated just to Fire Emblem and beating Fire Emblem. So tomorrow, I guess today, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, probably Wednesday, I'm going to be playing Fire Emblem until I fucking beat it. I am not leaving
I
this
feel like
week
you've been playing
until
that game for 100 years.
I have. It's big,
I
and
didn't
there's
even
still
know it-
2 more stories that I can do.
Damn.
But I'm just gonna beat Claude's story. I don't have the time to beat everyone else's story. So we're gonna beat Fire Emblem this week. So Friday we can play Dragon Ball Z. If I beat Fire Emblem early, we're just gonna switch over to Star Wars: Last Jedi. Jedi Fallen Order.
I do the same thing.
Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Star Wars: Last Jedi. We're gonna play.
Movie.
Yeah, we're gonna beat the movie. Thank God. I already beat it. I already 100% of that movie. We don't need to do it again. So we got that. And then still fucking trucking along with Yakuza 0 and Final Fantasy 7 on my YouTube channel. So you can go watch all that good stuff. Twitch.tv/People8Studios, YouTube.com/People8Studios. I stream on both of those. If you want to see what I'm doing with my life, Twitter @PeopleIHate10.
Beauteous. Mark.
Who knows what I'm doing? I don't even know. But if you'd like to watch me sometime make some kind of content, you can find that at twitch.tv/markdude701 or YouTube/user/markdude701 or yeah, that's pretty much it.
I like it. Nathaniel.
So, we'll hit the socials first. Everything is YF Kitsune. YF Kitsune. I don't know. That sounded really weird to me when I first said it. Anyway,
Get closer to your
but
mic.
yeah, everything at YF. I had my mic pulled further out earlier, so I guess I didn't really put my head to the point where I moved it back. But yeah, so everything's at YF Kitsune. Apparently, my YouTube's not fine because James couldn't find it tonight, but I guess for whatever reason, I mean, it's up. I was looking at it. I was managing the page the other night, but oh well. But yeah, so other than that, gonna be doing some Arc, with the good old boys. Well, actually, one is on the bottom left corner. You got Mark there. Actually, they're both on the bottom. So the two boys on the bottom for me on the stream, Splash Screen and Marky, whichever one he. It's one of the two. But yeah, we're gonna do that. Probably gonna fuck around on the 5M server that these two lovely gentlemen decided to make, and fun. And as Mark said in the beginning, if Schroeder, I think both of y'all, if you want to join, fucking come join. We should do. We needs the people. We need more people. Like, we have a lot of fun with our 5 to 6 people who just come in, but more people would definitely make it more lively and more jobs and all that kind of shit. So, the idea, come hang out. It's a good fucking time.
Yes,
other
definitely
than that,
is.
I got my Elgato, so I'm probably gonna dedicate a day or so to Call of Cthulhu because I can finally play that. And if anyone had watched my prior streams, like the first streams that I did, I played a game called Canarium, based around H.P. Lovecraft's I believe Lost in the Arctic, or oh no, I think it was the Mountain. Yeah, it was the Mountain. But this is obviously Call of Cthulhu. If you know who Cthulhu is, it's H.P. Lovecraft's biggest thing. There's like Azathoth, big demon creature dudes. That's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a huge story-based game. I haven't done a lot of story-based shit in a while. I have that, and I also have Alan Wake to play. So some story-driven shit that I plan on doing. That's gonna be my solo stuff. Other than that, I'd like to, and if I can get as many people as possible, I'd like to on Black Ops. Yeah, I'm not playing that fucking game. But Modern Warfare, because regardless of the majority of people being like, it's fine. I think we do at the end of the day have a games, and if we get more people, we can have even more fun and just shit. I know there's a couple people who watch my streams that also watch James's or people I hates, and he streamed the custom games. They're fucking fun. Just come hang out. A lot of our shit's open. The only thing that we do that's like strictly us, what I can tell, is Arc. Everything else is more or less an open invitation. Come hang out, play games with us, show what your lovely crew over at the 11 Life podcast. But yeah, not too much else. And I'll lead it off to more than likely, I'm assuming, Jeremy.
Let's go Schroeds. And also, too, I believe Arc is open for those who want to play. If I'm not mistaken, you just got to contact one of us.
Okay, I didn't know if like we were doing it because like I know people could.
Yeah. It's, that's what I'll be doing this week. Streaming Arc on Grand Theft Auto on Wednesday. Then we got the Battle Royale on Thursday. Followed by Friday, we have
Arc.
GTA. Arc Fridays. Yep. I got my days mixed up. And then, of course, we have the podcast next Sunday. Aside from that, just working on building out these overlays and trying to make it look better and mess with it some more. So I'm sure I'll be busy this week.
And where can we find you?
On Twitch and YouTube, you have Splash Screen Gaming. On Facebook and Instagram, it's Team Splash Screen. And on the Twitter, it's Splash Screen G.
Beauteous. Yeah, if you guys want to play the GTA 5 server, Days of Our Lives, if you go to 5M, all you do is type in Days of Our Lives and it comes up, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
it does.
That's what I thought.
Looks like, yeah.
If you guys want to be a part of the Discord, you got to get a hold of us That way you can be whitelisted if you want to be a police officer, get the job. In terms of, I played different servers of GTA 5, and playing those compared to this server that we have, I'm always like, in the other servers, like, where the fuck's the phone? Like, where's this? Oh, this isn't there? Like, oh, okay, well, this is stupid. But in the Days of Our Lives server, it's all there. Like, the job descriptions of the jobs, giving you the job, it's just...
Yeah, there's a hotkeys thing, and
Yeah,
the phones
it's
work
phenomenal,
pretty
so...
good, and...
But yeah, get a hold of any of us if you want to get a link to the Discord. Hit Schroeder up, hit Mark up, as they're the two main admins. They will definitely tell you get in the right direction. You want to be a police officer, we need police. Police and EMTs
Really need police.
Yeah.
are the
So
two
Mark
main
doesn't
ones.
have
So,
to be the sole EMT for everyone.
so
Yeah.
those are what we're looking for. So if you ever wanted to become a cop, now's the time.
Hell yeah.
But
No other
don't take
thing
it
I will
outside of the
say-
game though. So don't like act
Yeah.
like. But other than
I'm
that
with-
though, you're good.
Yeah, both
I'm a
servers,
walker.
the Grand Theft Auto and the Arc one, are pretty much in open beta slash.
Yep. They
Yeah,
both
on
have.
Walker, what Walker was saying. Sorry.
Oh, good.
I was gonna say on Walker was what was Walker. Just random 5M servers. The quality of life on the Days of Our Lives server, everything like you can't figure out will tell you. I was playing this one that was like, oh, just do this, you can become like a hero. I'm like, bro, I can't figure anything out. I clicked every single button on my keyboard, nothing worked. I'm like, all right, fuck this, and I jumped out. I went back on the
Fuck
Days of
this
Our Lives.
shit,
and just-
I'm out.
everything was hotkeyed, like Jeff was saying. Like
Yeah.
it works so well. Like
I had a-
obviously it's 5M, there's bugs, but it works really well.
No, the one I joined, I had to ask like 8 people, how the hell do I get a job? And they were like, I don't know. You just pretend like you have one.
I got a
Oh,
question from
okay.
the chat for the 5M server.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I was like, oh, okay,
What
whatever.
kind of penal codes do we use for the to enforce laws and shit, or have not gotten that because yet?
Believe it's literally the standard like laws, like criminal law. To be honest,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it is with the codes and everything there. So that's all in there.
yeah,
That's
you
that
can
CAD
find all of
system,
those
isn't it?
within the tablet. Actually, all of our
Oh,
laws and
nice.
regulations are within the tablet. Whenever you join.
Oh yeah, well,
And then-
you heard Mark, guys.
They're making a CAD system as well
yeah.
too, so which is awesome.
Yeah,
But
and we're gonna keep upgrading it. We got a bunch of, I got a bunch of little story arcs that I have mulling over in my brain, and then we got a couple ideas for some custom mods, and then there's just the general quality of life ones that we still just need to test. But some of the testing we can't do until we have people online.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, we're it's pretty solid to run around in. It's not 100% done, I'd say yet, but I mean, it's
it's there.
definitely, and yeah, it's fun. We've had fun every time we've run around on it.
Yeah.
But there's a few things that and yeah, we definitely look forward to having people on it. It's gonna be freaking amazing. It's hilarious, man. I was cracking up. My face took like a day and a half for my face to stop hurting from laughing so hard.
Yeah,
the
no,
whole
it's
time we were playing.
it's a really 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 good time. I'm a mechanic, so that's always good. Dixon Cider, my guy's name.
Wait a fucking second, because I was thinking of this the other day, and that's a fucking innuendo, if I recall. I
Wow.
realized that
You don't say
No.
there, but
No. Okay, so I was when y'all were talking the other day, I was thinking that I'm like Dixon cider. That's a fucking innuendo.
like, that sounds weird. I don't know. Where have I heard that before?
I don't remember who was it who like realized in the game finally what it meant, and one of you just started busting out laughing.
Oh, that was me.
That was you.
Yeah, you said it for the first time. I was like, oh, that's what your name fucking means.
Yeah, my dude's got a mullet and short shorts, and I come and fix your car. It's a good time.
Was just a estimate of a man.
The name's Dixon. Dixon Cider.
That's legit. I couldn't. I was like, "What's a good name?" I'm like, okay, I got it. It's perfect. So yeah, that's my GTA 5 character's name.
I'm fucking crying. I haven't heard that yet.
Oh man, I love it. So for streaming purposes, next week, this Friday, obviously Arc. It might get a little weird though. I might do because Dragon Ball Z. I'll probably do Dragon Ball Z earlier, Arc later, and then also on Saturdays. because James is going to be also streaming Dragon Ball Z. I don't want to stream that on the same days as him, so I will most likely be doing what I say Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, when
'Cause
I'm
then-
doing Jedi,
Yeah.
you do Dragon Ball Z, and then I'll do Dragon Ball Z in my normal days.
Because
You're
then
just
Wednesday is
smashing it
GTA
by
5. And then Thursday is all
Dixon Cider.
is
God
off
damn
or
it.
whatever, and then Friday Arc, and then Saturday off, and then Sunday's the podcast. So find me everywhere at Captain Geech 15, CapnGeech 15. And as the podcast itself, as I said earlier, we have every social media known to man. We have Facebook, Level Unlock Podcast. We have Instagram, Level Unlock Podcast. We have Twitter at what, James?
LVL Unlocked Pod, because I can't make anything bigger than that.
We have the YouTube's Level Unlock Podcast, as well as a Patreon account for those who do want to support the stream, help us grow, help us get bigger. Invite Elon Musk, Logan Paul into the podcast. Get some high quality names on here. And patreon.com/Level Unlock Podcast. As well as always, you can email us at what could it be? Yes, levelunlockpodcast@gmail.com. It's like a common theme here. And make sure
Well,
you like us, love us, follow us, listen to all our podcasts, Level Unlock Podcast, podbean.com, and everywhere podcasts are available. And we will see you guys bright and early, 10 p.m. next Sunday. Y'all have a good night.
piss off.
Man,
Piss off to you.
I wonder who the asshole was that had to break that chain of the URLs being Level Unlocked Podcast.